Mike, blow.
I absolutely want to puke.
Imus is so boring.
What's better than a live radio show every morning on TV? Well, just about anything. But that hasn't stopped MSNBC from teaming up with radio's original bad boy, who now looks like a nasty old lady.
Listen, Bernie.
Imus.
Tell that intern this coffee sucks.
Yes, every morning, see Imus listen to a tape of other people's comedy bits, live on the air.
I need a hammer to bite into this muffin. Just somebody get me a fresh one, please. Thank you.
See his wild behind-the-scenes antics.
Hey, listen to me, stupid. I am the I-Man. You are the walrus. Cuckoo Chew. Now get me some fresh coffee or you're fired.
Imus. He's irreverent.
So, what's the deal with the Pope?
He's topical.
So, what's the deal with this Watergate race?
He's incoherent.
I'll tell you what, is it double repentance? What the hell is it? I don't know.
He's
Imus and he's boring.
And he's only on MSNBC, a cable channel nobody watches, and a bunch of AM radio stations nobody listens to.
And when somebody gets some fresh jingle,
it's Imus.
Absolutely.
10:02 at 560 WQM. Happy Thursday to you. Got some big Imus and Don and Mike news. Well, not really big, but mediocre.
Medium big.
Although, here's George Tenet.
On in the fall of 2000.
Yeah. CIA Director George Tenet is on there going, bada-beep, bada-boop, bada-bop-bop-bop-bop-bop. And Iraq was dangerous and Saddam was a bad guy, and we still haven't found it yet, but then he's taking a few pot shots at David Kaye. But the most important thing he did say was no one ever said Iraq was an imminent threat. You got that etched in your mind?
Or eventual?
An imminent threat. No one ever said, in other words, within the intelligence agency, which, of course, is what El Presidente told us, and that was the justification for going to war. And, of course, Tony Blair was spewing the same kind of crap about a 45-minute, window for an attack. And guess what? Nobody who knew ever said they were an imminent threat. But at any rate, I just mentioned that in passing, and you can, do whatever you want. Before we do the Imus and Don and Mike thing, here's the result of yesterday's poll again. Oh, that one website, that's a U of M thing. Yeah. And you have to subscribe to get, inside of it. A U of M sports jock sniffing thing. Remember I told you we got a lot of hits from there. So we have some closet people not listening to the show, of course, at U of M because Donna Shalala wouldn't permit that. They're all busy waxing their shillelaghs at UM. But probably just checking out the booby,
Right.
And when you go to UM, you do get a booby prize is what I'm hearing. That's what the Beast told me.
He got two.
2,103 votes again yesterday. That's why we're going to have to take those two polls today to find out what the hell's going on here on our website. And, of course, Eric has been doing a fantastic job these last 2 months. It's really been great working with him. Here's the poll question today. Which of these do you think was the most obscene or outrageous? Nice job, Eric. I'm sorry I sent you all those stories for today, but it's always great to go out with a flourish, Which of these do you think was the most obscene or outrageous? 2,111 votes. They're just pouring in faster than I could even read them. But I'll try. George W. Bush sends thousands of U.S. troops to war based on lies. 926. Nobody ever said that Iraq was an imminent threat. Oh, where did I just hear that? 926 said that. George W. Bush steals the 2000 presidential election, which we all know, of course.
Absolutely.
552. Enron rips off investors for millions. 146. WQM hires Mo Howard David at 111. Very nice, impressive fourth place showing. Michael Jackson molests cancer-stricken kid alleged, 99. Finger-pointing Rush Limbaugh turns out to be a junkie, 87. Clinton Lewinsky Penisgate sex scandal, 85. WQM fires Scott Farrell, 41. Dan Marino tells Wayne to stick it, 31. Justin Janet's Super Bowl flap after all of this timus, after all the hysteria and the hand-wringing and the finger-pointing and the apologizing. After all of that, Justin Janet's Super Bowl flaps only got 23, 1% out of over 2,100 votes. No big deal. Robert Blake kills Bonnie Lee, alleged only 6, and Martha Stewart insider trading alleged only 4 out of 2,111 votes. How do you like that? Here's the first poll today. Not something you really have to either one of these, which of course means we're going to get a lot of great calls today. You'll see. Watch. WQAM, hello.
Pull this, you big fag.
So anyway, here's the first poll. That was UM. That was...
You hear that all day there.
That was Mike Rosenthal at the University of Miami. He's all upset about the Donna Shalala comments.
Yeah, screw you, asshole. Poll number 1. How long have you listened to the show on the Internet? 4 choices for you. I'm a regular, a long time. I'm fairly new, but before Tittygate. Only started since Tittygate broke. And I'm not a real listener, just monitoring. Huh? I think that covers all the bases. By the way, thanks for the great work, Eric. You've been a real treat. How long have you listened to the show on the Internet? I'm a regular, a long time. I'm fairly new, but before Tittygate. Only started since Tittygate broke, which would have been Sunday night, I guess. There was a game on there? And I'm not a real listener, just monitoring, which has some ominous tones. I'm monitoring you. Right. Anyway, here's the Imus and Don and Mike crap. Anybody know who Don and Mike are?
No.
Good. Lloyd Grove in the New York Daily News writes, and this is on Radio and Records today, so it might actually be true. It's always difficult to know for sure when radio jock Don Imus is faking one of his patented on-air tantrums, probably because you can't understand what he's saying. But his explosion at Vanity Fair writer Maureen Orth on Friday was apparently the genuine article. Imus, whose show on WFAN AM is simulcast on MSNBC, was clearly irked that the wife of NBC News personality Tim Russert, an Imus show regular, aborted a phone interview so that she could flog her much-hyped Michael Jackson expose on CNN's American Morning. She's blowing us off for CNN? That's bullshit, he exclaimed. Imus erupted, his uncensored profanity clearly audible on the air. You can't do that. You can do that to me again, booking somebody who's blowing us off. I'm not saying you'll be fired, but, he ranted to producer Bernard McQuirk, this is outrageous, is what he said. Yesterday, Imus declined to comment on the incident. MSNBC spokeswoman had this to say about dropping the S-bomb. We regret that this went out over our air. Boy, there's sure a lot of apologizing lately, isn't there?
Apologize.
No, we don't, though. Orth asked if she thinks it'll all blow over, said in a statement, I certainly hope so. I've known Don Imus since the 70s, and I think he's the best. Right. The best dead man in a chair, making a lot of cash. She added in an obvious attempt to placate the ornery 63-year-old. He's only 63. He could pass for 90. He looks like my grandpa. Vanity Fair publicity director Beth whatever that is, Sneeziak, bless you, told me that Orth, who had phoned Imus from the CNN green room, was not at fault. We scheduled her too tightly, Sneeziak said, adding that Orth ended her Imus interview after a mere 5 minutes because a CNN staffer was standing nearby demanding that she do so. We thought CNN wasn't going on until later. There would be plenty of time to go over on Imus. Sneeziak pointed out that Orth was ready to go on with Imus on Thursday, right after her Today Show appearance, but Imus's booker said Friday would be better. She'll never be on again, Imus vowed after Orth's sudden departure. Not ever. She's banned for life. Well, how many people are watching Imus?
About 30, man.
Those 30 people are really going to miss Maureen. Now, in the wake of that, not to be outdone, of course, Don and Mike land 2-week suspension from Infinity. Affiliates will hear best of shows through February 16. How can you have a best of on the Don and Mike show? I really wonder.
Don and Mike blow.
Right.
There's so much to choose from.
Oh, I know. The only good thing that Don Geronimo ever said in his life was
WIOD. Oh, I hate that station.
That was it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they did that payphone, what did they call it? Phone booth challenge?
Right.
They ripped off Rick and Suds, a bit that Rick and Suds have been doing for years, payphone challenge. And they ripped it off and called it phone booth challenge, which is so, pathetic. Anyway, although Infinity's official stance is that the duo were suspended without pay for a violation of company policy, the suspension was meted out thanks to John Geronimo's utterance of the word bullshit on the air Tuesday during a tirade about Infinity's stablemate Don Imus, who Geronimo believed got away with using the word during his show that morning. But while Imus Flub did air on MSNBC on the Tuesday morning simulcast, Infinity spokeswoman Karen Mateo tells Radio and Records the word was bleeped from radio by Imus's home station, WFA in New York, Don and Mike's home station at WJFK Washington, and the duo's affiliates will have to get by with best of broadcast through February 13. Don and Mike are slated to return to the air on Monday, February 16. Are they on anywhere in South Florida that we know of?
Not that I know of.
No, I don't think so. Is Imus on the air on the radio anywhere in South Florida?
No.
Like in a Palm Beacher?
Well, that could be.
Not that we know of.
Somebody
Well, I just mentioned that in passing because everybody's apologizing and a lot of bleeps and a lot of words, and everybody in America is really all upset about words. Well, this is a lot better than that, though, although it's a picture on CNN's website that looks like crap, literally. And it's in living color, too, living brown. Longview, Texas, a Texas woman has struck oil, or maybe it struck her. Lila Latorno returned from work late Monday to find crude oil covering her home's floors and spilling from the toilets, bathtub, and sinks. Experts have told her the oil kind of burped up, like that. Longview City crews and representatives from Bassa Research, which owns some wells in the area, trying to help find the source of the oil. Local station KLTV reported one theory is that the house may have been built on an abandoned well that wasn't properly plugged. Well, it wouldn't surprise me tomorrow morning if we start seeing oil popping up in that studio around 7:30 in the morning. Maybe Moe's bag isn't properly plugged.
Absolutely.
We got olive oil.
It'll probably be the same color as this turlet seed anyway. Boy, this is disgusting. Crude oil covers the commode in Layla Laturno's home is the caption. Anyway.
Got a color picture of that?
What?
Of that event.
It's on the CNN website.
Oh.
You bet your ass. I always tease people about, doesn't everybody in Texas have an oil derrick in the backyard? Then when I came home and discovered I struck oil inside the house, Letourneau said. She and her son are now staying at a hotel while they clean up the gooey brown mess. The oily bird. Wouldn't that be something if you flushed your toilet and a whole bunch of oil started spurting out?
Yeah, in Florida, that'd be something.
That would be heaven. Well, you never know.
Right.
Down in them coral reefs somewhere, there might be, somebody might have spilled a couple of cans of something.
Down in the sand.
WD-40 or something. Okay, I guess I better vote. I guess I'm a regular in a long time, huh? I'm not a real listener. I'm just monitoring. I love that. That's one of my all-time favorites. I can't stand you. Oh, look at that. There's already 18 votes on there. I'm a regular, long time, 15. I'm not a real listener, just monitoring 3. And this is interesting. I'm fairly new, yada, yada. And the other ones don't have any yet.
No.
So this must all be our people.
It's just us.
Those people who are like checking out Janet's boobie on our website, those from the Google search, they're not listening. Which is fine, because it's kind of like a private club here, so bug out. And then you faxed me this thing from the University of Florida Police Department about Willie Williams, and I can't read maybe 3 words of it.
Beast took the original out of here.
Hey, Beast, you're an idiot, man, you fat tub of crap. So basically, what did it say? Because I don't really care about Willie Williams or UM football or any of this jock crap.
They asked him if you go walking up to strangers and grabbing and groping them all the time, and he said, that's how we do things down in Miami.
Right, of course. Just being friendly.
Can't argue with that.
When in doubt, grab it and pull it out.
Grab 5
something like that. I can't read this thing. Maybe we'll get a better picture of that. Janet's off the Grammys, of course. We'll get into all of that. Here's another fact that says from Greg and Sunrise. Have you noticed that Eckerd's doesn't sell wire coat hangers? It's your Joan Crawford drugstore. The Joan Crawford Pharmacy, where we absolutely ban wire coat hangers, because God only knows what you might do with them. 12 minutes after 10 at 560, WQM Mad Dog at 2, the Humper at the Royal Caribbean at 4, or the Big 7 to 10, Eddie K at 10, and Joe and Mark overnight, 2 to 5. Panther game, I caught the last few minutes. That's all you needed to see. They're tied 2-2. Phoenix scores 2 late goals. They're ahead 4-2, about 2.5 minutes left, and the Panthers amazingly tie it up with 2 late goals and then win in overtime on Ole Jokinen's goal. It was a 5-4 win. Very exciting game. Anybody care?
No.
I just mentioned it. Pretty damn exciting. Nice going, boys. Anyway, I'll tell you where else you can have some exciting times, and that's at Pompano Park in Pompano Beach. Don't forget, big night coming up tomorrow night. Friday, February 6th, Pompano Park not only features great nighttime harness racing action, simulcasting, and their fabulous poker card room if you're over the age of 100, but it's the track's 40th anniversary night. It wouldn't surprise me if Del Mangi shows up and Buddy Bomar and all them guys, and even Bob Bomar. They'll have live music, including Chris McDonald, tribute to the Elvis Show, Shane Lamar Entertainment, Triple Shot Band. Maybe even Eddie Kowalix will be there. Giveaways, free prize drawings, a family fun night, antique car display, and lots more stuff going on. All starts at 7 o'clock tomorrow night as Pompano celebrates their 40th gigantic anniversary night. Located just a half mile from both 95 and the Turnpike, Pompano Park is easy to get to. And, of course, they give you free admission, free general parking every single day. Live harness racing and the poker room are open daily Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, like today, Friday and Saturday. The poker starts at noon till midnight, and live racing gets underway nightly at 7:05. And please don't forget, every day, 7 days a week, starting at noon, Pompano Park is open for simulcasting some of the very best harness racing, thoroughbred action, high life from all across North America, every single day, 7 days a week. But don't miss it tomorrow, the big 40th anniversary night at Pompano Park. For more information or their schedule, call 954-972-2000 or check them out online at pompanopark.com.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
Oh, God, Neil.
Unmistakably, this is television at its best.
Mr. Brown, you were arrested for domestic violence. How you doing now?
Unhappy, uncomfortable, but I had to be here because I didn't let her go. I didn't even find no money. That's all I have.
What'd he say? Could you repeat that?
The lady make up a lot of things. I'm sorry.
What? Could you enunciate a little bit clearer?
I want to get records played. She's making up a lot of things. That's what I need.
Talk so I can understand you!
It's still James Brown.
My bad.
This has been a presentation of ABC News.
I think we got another one for our mumbling list. That would be a good poll to take because we're starting to build and accumulate a rapid list. I think some might even edge you out, although I doubt it. Now we're just going to do this first poll, this first hour, because obviously this is a very limited, a very select group. Only a tiny fraction of our vast audience listens on the internet, right? 68 so far, of which 57 regular, long time. This is fabulous. This is great. Look at all the new listener we got since Tittygate broke, and we had that picture on our website, and we've got this phenomenal response.
One.
And we already heard from him. He's the asshole that called from UM right there at the start. The little fag. Sounded a little bit like Justin Tinkerbell. I'm a regular, been listening on the net, long time 57. I'm not a real listener, I'm just monitoring 6. I'm fairly new, but before Tittygate 4, and only started listening on the internet since Tittygate broke 1. All right. We're building our audience one at a time, folks. All right. That's outstanding. You'll like this story, though, before you go look at more naked pictures. Merced, California. A Central Valley High School teacher has been arrested accused of molesting students on school grounds. Jesus Rivera.
Oh, thank God it wasn't a Rodriguez.
Jesus. A drama and Spanish teacher at Golden Valley High School in Merced appeared in court Tuesday. He's charged with sexually assaulting 4 students. Rivera pleaded not guilty. He also faces misdemeanor charges of suspicion of annoying or molesting children in incidents dating back to 2002. Wait till we get to the good part of this story. What?
That's really a law. Annoying?
Annoying or molesting children. Well, maybe he was like flashing them. I don't know. Maybe he was like farting in their face. I don't know. But wait till you hear the good part. January 12th, the student came in to see me right after lunch and shared with me some concerns that he was feeling about some things that happened between him and a teacher, said Golden Showers High School principal Ralph Swenson. All of the alleged victims were teenage boys between the ages of 14 and 17 at the time of these suspected incidents, according to Merced Police Department Rod Dash, who was investigating the case. At least 3 of the alleged victims said they were molested on campus, and a 4th alleged victim said the molestation took place at Rivera's home. Investigators said there's evidence that strange behavior took place at the drama building after hours. One of the more bizarre incidents that took place was he actually sucked on the toes of a student on campus, said Merced Police Department spokesman Dash. Should I read that sentence again?
Yeah.
One of the more bizarre incidents that took place was he actually sucked on the toes of a student on campus.
It was for class.
Rivera's attorney said the allegations are completely false. His client may be targeted because he's an openly gay teacher. Swenson said he would send a letter to parents that explains the situation. Well, maybe openly gay teachers have a right to suck on your toes, huh? Rhymes with. Anyway, speaking of that, Detroit Archdiocese paid nearly $1.4 million to sex abuse victims, and the beat goes on, if we can say that. The Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Detroit has paid nearly $1.4 million in settlements and counseling costs to victims of sex abuse by clergy. Cardinal Adam Maida said on Thursday. Remember Maida from Guiding Light?
No.
As of Sunday, 116 victims were known to the Detroit Archdiocese. She's dead, by the way. Oh. Since 1950, allegations of sex abuse were leveled against 63 of the Archdiocese's priests and deacons, which represent 2% of the 3,267 priests and deacons who have served in the Archdiocese during the past 54 years. As sad and sobering as these statistics are, our response to them can be a source of renewed hope, he said. We are committed to continuing our efforts to assist victims, create safe environments, and do all we can to protect children and young people. Right. Do we believe that?
No.
Just keep passing a plate. They'll fill it up. No problem. See, I was a little bit nervous because I thought that maybe some of the people were like breathlessly, and I do mean breathlessly, scouring our website for Janet's boobie. Mm-hmm. I thought maybe they might read some of those news stories that we have out there just by accident, you know. But I think the good news is that we don't have to worry about that. Right. Although we now have 2. We have a pair of people now listening online who are new listeners, huh?
See, we screwed up. We should have put the booby pictures at the bottom of the stories.
Yeah, and you really think they would have scrolled through all of that?
No.
They got too many other fish to fry. There's like about 2,800 different things to click on there on that Google search. About 55,000. Speaking of that, speaking of Janet's boobie, which that finally is winding down a little bit, isn't it? Huh? Just a little bit.
It's sagging a little.
Janet Jackson's Peep Show is still getting plenty of play, says Access Hollywood. And Access Hollywood has learned that Janet will not be appearing at Sunday's Grammy Awards. Well, damn. Miss Jackson finally faced the music for her Super Bowl flash dance, saying she was wrong for making a last-minute change to her performance. I'm really sorry if I offended. Now, that's a different comment, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because she said it wasn't all supposed to come off.
Right.
Now she said she's sorry for making that last-minute change. I'm really sorry if I offended anyone, she said. That was truly not my intention, said Jackson in a broadcast statement. The wardrobe malfunction put the singer's camp in overdrive, prompting her publicist to create a premeditated tape message available to media outlets. Janet shot the public apology just after her Essence magazine cover shoot with Mary J. Blige and Beyoncé. Janet was set to introduce the Luther Vandross tribute at the Grammys, but CBS has retracted the invitation. In other words, don't show up, bitch. In response to the Super Bowl slip, CBS will air the Grammys with up to a 5-minute delay so that nothing questionable will make it on the air. And for the first time ever, ABC may implement a 5-second delay when they broadcast the Academy Awards. Oh, so God forbid maybe Michael Moore get up there again, win for another documentary.
Yeah.
And maybe he'll make some horrendous true comment about the president. Then they can bleep him out.
There you go.
Don't you feel better about life in America now? Some stars are weighing in on Janet's peekaboo performance at the premiere for Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore's 51st Dates. Comedian John Lovitz told Access Hollywood Sean Robinson that Justin's revealing strip was indeed unintentional. You think it was a wardrobe malfunction, Sean asked John? That's exactly what it was. That's just a fact. Adam Sandler's manager, Sandy Warnock, was at the Super Bowl with the wardrobe person when it happened, explained John. She freaked out and said, oh no, because it wasn't supposed to happen. She had that red thing underneath, but it got ripped away, that's all. Right. Does anybody buy it?
No.
Anybody believe it?
No.
Anybody with an IQ larger than their thumbnail buy it?
No.
No. Bunch of crap. Adam Sandler. Oh, brother. What does that say? Everything you need to know what's wrong with America, just look at Adam Sandler. That tells it right there in a nutshell. Mike in Deerfield says, could you tell me where I can get a copy of the Weapons of Mass Destruction song? No, Mike.
Sure we
I've
can.
been wondering, what?
He can go online and order a CD.
Oh, that's right. It's on our Best of CD.
Sure.
There you go, Mike. Go on NeilRogers.com and order the Best of Neil for 2003. And there it'll be. Okay? Get with it, Mike. Also, here's one that says, and I have no idea what this story is because I didn't see it. Saw about his messy, smelly divorce, but didn't see this story. It says, on February 1st, there was a news item in the crawl on CNN stating that Neil Bush was to undergo DNA testing for fathering an out-of-wedlock child while married. Did we ever have that story? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't get to listen to your show on a daily basis. Haven't heard anything about it when I can tune in. Well, I'm sorry, John, because we don't know nothing about it. Were this the kin of any other sitting president, the hyperventilating, wrist-wringing, and genital foaming at the mouth would be relentless. Even when Jimmy Carter's brother was peeing on the side of buildings, they were talking about that big time. Right?
Oh, yeah, Billy.
And when Clinton's brother was acting up a little bit, they were
Roger. Hey, that's
right. Roger was doing all of them
brother.
things.
His drunken half-brother.
Just his half-breed brother.
Right.
Says, if your people have not... this is great. If your this is the best facts I've ever had in my life. I didn't even realize this last paragraph. This is the biggest joke. John says, if your people have not investigated this... It may be a very interesting item to highlight, as this is the brother of our very moral president and governor. After all, they are Christian, compassionate conservatives he's got with several K's, KKK. Okay, so let's have our people talk to his people, and then your people can discuss it with my people. How's that? 1026 at 560, your people station, QAM.
We're Sports Radio 560, QAM.
Miami town at 560 WQAM.
Polling, numbers aren't growing. Howard Dean is growing just right. He had the lead and steadily his numbers now are dwindling. Could it be he has a Mia's wife? Supporters must be thinking, what was the doctor drinking? And he must have really bad eyesight. Oregon, Michigan, Howard Dean, just right. Connecticut, New York, Howard Dean, just right. Voting, get those voters voting. Howard Dean is going just right. Edwards, Clark, and Kerry look better than who he married. Optometrist is what the doctor needs. The hopeful next First Lady should think twice before displaying her big foamy gums and horsey teeth. Pennsylvania, Ohio, Howard Dean, just right. California, D.C., Washington, D.C., Howard Dean, just right.
1032 at 560 WQM. So the Dean Meister says he's got to win Wisconsin or he's dropping out. February 17.
Okay.
Okay? Mark that down on your wrist.
I'll mark it down.
Along with all those other things. I think what we need to find out from this audience, because I'm really pondering this after what you told me about Eric's dilemma there.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really worth it to like start dicking around with like a separate website and links to this and that? I mean, that's not our bag. And if we're going to allow a bunch of interlopers who are just coming on because they're doing a Google search for a breast, they don't care about me or you or Eric or this show or the news stories or anything that we're talking about. That's obvious. I mean, I'm tickled to death that we got 2 new listeners online. That's great. What?
Right.
I mean, it's not worth it to like sell out. We can discuss that with the audience to find out if we really need to put all them nudie pictures of celebrities on our website. That's not what it's all about.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I mean, we got those pictures of Tom Brady. They're not like naked, but they're naked from like the waist up, I guess, and pretty disappointing as a matter of fact. His left breast is equally as saggy as Janet's, as a matter of fact. In fact, it looked to me like the same one. Only he left the starburst thing off just to be on the safe side. No, it was pretty disappointing for Jock, 26 years old. I mean, he, with a good face, but it goes to show that God doesn't hand out all the parts to everybody. In fact, maybe he's got like a button mushroom. See what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, that would be good. That would make me feel a little bit better.
About
Let me find out. Let me check and find out. I'll get back to you. So we'll find out from the audience, maybe. Of course, that is if anybody calls. And if not, that's all right, too, because I have my usual pile of good stuff. But I think we're getting a little bit carried away here by something that has nothing to do with us. You know? The hype. It's called hype. WQAM Hype Line.
Well, good morning. How are you?
Okay, sir.
Listen, whatever you got online, I'll be checking it. Doesn't matter if you have 1 site or 10, you know?
Right.
But then I'm a schmuck. What do I know? Listen, I'm not sure what the big concern about old Janet showing her appendages or whatever on TV is. But
she showed her appendage? I didn't know she had one.
Well, I told my wife it was Bubba the Love Sponge, but then I had to explain it to her. Anyway, I don't know if you read this story, but CBS is going to be in much bigger trouble than just this because, they indirectly own a piece of South Park.
Right.
Which they're trying to syndicate that on local stations in 2 years. They were going to try to get it on this year, but they said that by 2005, the local standard should be lowered enough that they'd be able to get away with showing South Park Monday through Friday at 7 on a local station.
Oh, no.
Oh, Jesus, are you f***ing kidding me?
Wow.
Hey, that's one of my favorite shows on TV, but, I don't know that it belongs in, I wish there was a way that the adults could have their fun and the kids could be, kept away from it a little bit. I don't know the way. But
well, first of all, the idea that kids have to be kept away from South Park is ridiculous. The kids have to be kept away from seeing a breast. The rest of the world is laughing at us like that Austrian woman that we had the story yesterday that I read. I mean, just laughing at us. It's juvenile. It's pathetic.
Well, the other presumption is anybody sitting in front of the screen at halftime anyway. They're usually gorging their guts out or using the bathroom or something like that. And
exactly.
If I hadn't gone back and rewound my tape, matter of fact, one of the football players last night said something like he had to go back and watch it 9 or 10 times before he could be sure what he saw.
And Larry King had Ed Bradley on last night, and neither one of them saw it. They were both recharging their pacemakers at halftime, so they, nobody really saw it.
Oh dear God!
But now we've seen it. Now we've seen it 8 million times, thanks to the media who are so indignant about it.
It's kind of unrelated, but before that, they had Relapse, a repeat of a Mike Wallace interview with Larry King.
Yeah.
I mean, is the man? The man's a schmuck. Maybe you have to live in Miami to know Larry King's a schmuck. I don't know.
That's right. We're the only ones who are on to him.
I've been doing this a long time.
Yeah, we know that's the problem. He's been sucking ass a long time.
One thing I was surprised he didn't ask Mike to lend him $50, which was, but a 70-year-old man with 4-year-old kids, that's a little bizarre.
Have a great day, Pally.
Hey, you too.
I'll give Larry your best regards.
I know how to do a talk show.
24 to 11. Oh, I talked to my people and they got us this story, which I really appreciate, to our staff. A Houston judge ordered DNA testing Friday to determine whether President Bush's brother Neil Bush fathered a child with another woman while he was married to Sharon Bush. Now how come they're not, like the previous faxer said, how come they're not screaming bloody murder about this all over the media? I haven't seen this, have you?
No.
Because if I would have seen it, I would have talked to my people and we'd have talked to your people and we'd have had something on it.
The purple people would have gotten in on it.
Right, but thanks to the faxer who talked to his people and faxed it to us. Sharon Bush requested the test to defend herself against a defamation lawsuit stemming from the tangled relationship between the Bushes and another Houston couple, Robert and Maria Andrews. During the Bush's contentious divorce, which became final in April, Sharon Bush testified she heard rumors that her husband had an affair with Maria Andrews and is the father of her 3-year-old son, Thomas Alexander Andrews. Wow. The Andrewses. That's what it says here. Yeah. This is in the Houston Chronicle. Not the Andrews, but the Andrewses ended their 14-year marriage in 2002. Robert Andrews and sued Sharon Bush for defamation in September, saying he's the boy's father. Andrews demanded at least $850,000 in damages, the amount Sharon Bush paid to buy the Memorial area home which she had lived with Neil Bush. In November, this is so complicated. Neil Bush voluntarily submitted for a cheek swab for DNA testing in November, announced a month later that he and Maria Andrews had become engaged over chocolates and champagne at a French chateau. Wilson ordered Friday that Neil Bush's swab be analyzed for DNA profile and that Robert and Thomas Andrews also submit swabs for testing. So they're testing the old swab. Robert Andrews' attorney, Dale Jefferson, said the child will submit a swab in March and that he's confident it'll prove Robert Andrews is the father. For your father. Sharon Bush requested similar testing during a divorce case, but was denied because Robert Andrews was not a party to that case. So there you go. It's a very wicked web they weave. Neil Bush is a real scumbag. Thank God that SNL didn't go under. Oh, it did?
Internet listener from Chicago. Just calling to check in. I can't vote on your poll.
Right.
I fear the website now at work due to the No More Bush picture. But I love you.
Yes, sir.
And keep up the good work.
And have a great day.
Hey, put a link to the Bush in 30 Seconds commercials from MoveOn.org on your website.
Well, we got a MoveOn.org link on there.
All right. Well, people are a little slow, you know.
I know, especially our crowd. Okay, thanks for calling, Pally. Have a guy say hi to Harry Curry's body. 5670560. Now, what do we got on here? We got 3 new listeners. Oh! Don't be so precipitate, man. Let's discuss this with our people.
Right. We'll have a meeting.
With our vast staff.
Right. Have a listening party.
That really is quite a lie. That is so, I mean, his intentions were good, but it's so humorous to us because you can't complain about what QM does for us.
Right.
Because they do nothing.
They see Imus.
Oh, yeah. Our people, our vast staff. Yeah. Right. 193 votes. So that means we got at least a couple hundred people listening online. That's pretty promising, isn't it? We're only doing this till 11, and I guess I can tell them now what the other one is, too, because it's not a building poll, and Eric's really relieved. I'm sorry, Eric, with those 31 stories. I apologize. I didn't realize I was getting so carried away. But to be honest with you, I can't imagine any of them I wouldn't have put on there. It's just some days there's a lot of crap, you know?
That's the way it is.
I mean, some days you sit down, there's a lot of crap, and like Mom says, many days you sit down, there's just no crap. That's the way it goes, Mom. 90's old enough. Poll 2, it's going up at 11 o'clock, Eric. Poll number 2. What I like most about NeilRogers.com is the naked pictures. So, we don't really have to discuss it all that much.
Right.
Because I guess we'll find out, huh?
Mm-hmm.
The naked pictures, the news stories, both pics and stories, fitty-fitty, the archives, the silly noises, listening to the show online, I hated It's Evil, or the polls. Did I leave anything out?
Sounds like it.
Sounds like a wiener to me. But what we got right now, 193 votes. How long have you listened to the show on the Internet? I'm a regular, a long time, 154. I'm fairly new, but been listening before Tittygate, 18. I'm not a real listener, just monitoring, 18. And only started listening since the Tittygate incident broke. We got 3, baby.
Oh!
3 new people listening online.
Oh!
All right.
Oh!
Wow.
Speaking
like I said, on QAM, we're building our audience 3 at a time.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Miami.
Get a towel for Michael Powell. The sight of Janet's teeth makes him howl. So indignant is he that now the FCC will save us all from nudity on the TV.
If it was not for his daddy, he would not be there. So now he has to care about what's on the air. Keep it in the Stone Age, put your burqa on today, and watch TV the Saudi Pax American way.
Get a towel for Michael Powell. The sight of Janet's teeth makes him howl. Justifying his position that he got through nepotism. What a spoiled, incompetent squirt.
I will say this, though, that we got all these gigantic number of votes on our polls every day this week, so that even though the people that are perusing for Janet's boobie, even though they're not listening to the show, because they're probably busy looking at other boobies, because they, we don't interrupt their activities. Sure. But at least they're taking the time to chime in on our poll. That's something.
Right. You can listen and look for boobies at the same time.
That is true. I never thought about that.
Just open up another window.
Just open up the window and shout out, any boobies out there? 234 votes on there. This is just a little research we're doing. I talked to my people and they said, let's do some research.
We assembled a focus group.
Here's a little more on that Howard Dean thing. He told his supporters today that he must win the February 17 Wisconsin primary or else he'll drop out of the Democratic presidential race. I don't like him anymore. I got to be very honest with you. And I was one of the first ones to say, even though I supported him very wholeheartedly, not as much as you. I liked him a lot, but then as time went on, I started getting a little bit leery. Like, I remember I kept saying there's something a little bit off about him that I don't like.
Yeah.
See, this thing now, he says, the entire race has come down to this. We must win Wisconsin. We'll get a boost this weekend in Washington, Michigan, and Maine, but our true test will be the Wisconsin primary. That would be like Edwards saying, well, he did already say that. He had to win in his home state, South Carolina, which is where he was born. And he did. Anyway, Dean says a win there will carry us to the big states of March 2nd. Narrow the field to 2 candidates. Anything less will put us out of this race. First of all, it's pretty presumptuous to say it's going to narrow it to 2 candidates. In other words, Edwards is just going to fall by the wayside? I don't think so. And also, he's doing something here that really sounds like Pat Robertson-ish or Jerry Falwell-ish, where they're always coming on the air begging and pleading, we must raise $1 million by this weekend or we're going to not be able to meet our obligations and we're going to have to shut off 25 of our 10 million transmitters. In his email to his constituents, Dean said the campaign had to start television advertising in Wisconsin markets on Monday in order to win the race. To do that, I need your help to raise $700,000 by this Sunday. Please contribute $50 today.
No.
He's saying, like Larry, loan me $50 so that we can reserve the airtime. How do you like that? I mean, I understand he's, raised most of his money online, which is commendable. I like that. But now he's saying,
loan me $50.
Yeah. Dean hasn't been on the air since the New Hampshire primary and skipped advertising in all 7 states at all primaries. And keep in mind, he spent a crap load of money in New Hampshire and in Iowa, and he didn't do well there.
No, he's done.
He's finito. But at any rate, and now I don't want to pick on our advertisers or on anybody connected with Gulfstream Park because I got some friends over there, but when I hear the spot, we have many spots that run on the station that make my hair stand up on end, especially on the back of my neck.
No.
I don't want to mention any ones.
Incredible.
But where he says Medaglia d'Oro, it just,
right.
I just want to scream, okay? It makes me convinced beyond a shadow of a doubt that there are far too many goyim in the world. That's what Alan Finkelson always said to me, and he was absolutely correct. There are just too many goyim running around.
Even I know how to say it because I had to fake a phone call with Dave Johnson.
Right, and you said?
Medaglia, yeah, that's what I said.
Right, Medaglia d'Oro. Medaglia d'Oro. It's just, it just is so unacceptable. The Pope is cringing. He's probably sitting on the bull right now.
No, I did call Defo
drilling
to ask
for
him
oil.
how to pronounce it. So
you did what?
I called Defo to ask him how to pronounce it to make sure I got it right.
Oh, was he at that Ristorantes Italianis? Hey, Neil, how about adding to the poll about things that the people like about your website? The pictures of Mo Howard, pictures.
The funny pictures are obviously.
No, the guy's right. Mm-hmm. We don't have funny pictures as opposed to naked pictures.
Right, the joke pictures, political, Howard.
It says, did you kiss and make up with Mo?
No.
Absolutely not.
Oh, it was tonguey.
Or do you still hate him like poison, it says? Yes. That lasted a few hours, and that was all on his part, trying to suck up. And I realized that he's still the same piece of crap he always was, despise him. And it says, I think the whole audience hates that asshole. Now, he's got some disciples there. He's got Juan, and he's got, anybody that hates me likes him. He's got all the anti-everybody else, the people that don't like Hank. That's what he's made his career on, and that's what his life is all about. I was thinking about him while I was shaving this morning. It's a damn good thing I used one of them, whatever they are.
At least it was while you were shaving.
So let's add that on there. Well, something with an SH. Let's add that on our second poll, Eric. Can we do that? I don't want to overburden Eric because you said some terrible things to him earlier this morning. Let's add that on there, the funny pictures. Huh? Okay. Will you leave him alone? See, you are such a bastard, man. You take such delight because you know that pressing his button isn't even, anybody could, even a little child could press his buttons. Whoa, Eric, you're too sensitive, man. We love you. Kind of like from a distance, but it's really been great working with you. At any rate, so let's add that on there, the funny pictures. Funny pictures and cartoons, you want to say that?
Sure. Everybody knows what a funny picture is.
We know what it is. The funny papers, okay? He's only 3 years old. He reads the funny papers.
Little comedy.
Yeah. Too much comedy with that young girl. I think that's what happened to Bill Torrey. That's why he got blown out. I think that bow tie was on there too tight. Lafayette Diocese. This is shocking, this one that you sent to me in the middle of all these other priest stories that you just revel in.
I will not stop.
Lafayette Diocese, 15 priests molested minors over 52 years. This is Lafayette, Louisiana. How many people live there?
About 30, man.
Jesus.
I think they were all molested.
15 priests in the Lafayette Catholic Diocese abused or molested 123 children between 1950 and 2002, the diocese bishop announced yesterday. The diocese and its insurers paid about $26 million in claims filed by the victims, according to a study of the pre-sex abuse funded by the church. The report said 427 priests served in the diocese in the period covered by the report. So let's see, 15 out of 427 would be what? A third would have been 100. A small percent.
Yeah.
2% would have been what? 80?
I don't know. I don't do math.
1%. 10% would have been 42. Right?
Sure. Whatever.
I usually am very good on that, but I'm having a difficult time with this. 5% would have been 21. So that was about 3, just like the other one, about 3%. So about what the message is, about 3% of the molesting priests get caught, is what it is.
Yes.
5670560 to put perversion on or not. We don't want to be political and perverted, do we?
Yes.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, want to talk to Uncle Neil?
Speaking.
Uncle Neil.
Yes,
I don't know if you caught this on Today's show this morning. ER was scheduled to show an episode tonight where a woman was going to be treated. She was an 83-year-old woman, and during the treatment, her breast was going to pop out.
Right, yeah, we talked about that yesterday.
Ridiculous. Just another
they had to drop it. They dropped it right on the floor, as a matter of fact.
It's another example of the hypocrisy, and it's no wonder why we're just a laughing stock of the world.
It's just amazing. I mean, when you think we're making a little bit of progress, you'd almost think that Dan Quayle was the vice president. We were still screaming about Murphy Brown. I mean, when are we ever going to come out of the Stone Age?
Never, unfortunately. But keep up the good fight. I'm out of material.
Thank God for cable, man.
Thanks, Uncle Neil.
Right? Thank God for cable and digital satellite, which we actually have digital cable here.
Yeah, we have digital cable.
No, you don't.
But, yeah, we do.
Their idea of digital cable in South Florida, I wouldn't wish on Heinrich Himmler.
Yeah, it's on most of the time.
And how many channels you got?
Yeah, 100-ish plus the
got about 700 here.
Yeah. There's still nothing on.
Huh?
Here, there's still nothing on.
Well, here there is. See, that's
the difference. Got the drive-in and Scream.
Got the drive-in movie channel. In fact, I got Scream TV. There's the Ray Bradbury Theater. And there's drive-in movies.
Color wonderful.
The people that time forgot.
Ooh, I love that movie. Is that
Do you?
With Troy McClure?
And Patrick Wayne. Doug McClure, not Troy McClure.
Yeah, well, that's the Simpsons.
Doug McClure, wasn't he? That was Chuck Connors was the rifleman. What was the show with Doug McClure? He was some cowboy. I like Doug McClure, to be honest with you.
No, he's cheap.
Independent Film Channel's got the Darling Family.
Hi, how are you?
So at any rate, I don't want to go through a whole bunch of that. And then, of course, for those real hockey fans out there.
Blown, and here's Nestorenko, who really had a good snap shot.
Well, they're old black and white kinescopes. You ever see kinescope?
Sure, yeah.
Wow, that is unbelievable. And there's Johnny Bauer just flopping around. And
Bauer came out to make sure that the...
Wow. Anyway, we'll give you some of that, some audio from the Leafs Blackhawk game from 100 years ago. There's Bobby Hull with his big bald spot.
As long as you read the weathercast.
And the weathercast for Paul Castronova, too. We'll get that on in the next hour. How you doing, Paul, you lying sack of crap?
Good. Did you say Neil?
I beg your pardon?
Did that announcer say Neil?
Yeah.
That's Darryl Sly, number 21, out for the first time in the game for the Maple Leafs.
Okay, thank you, Bill. He's still dead, by the way, Bill Hewitt. Just in case Castronova's wondering. Okay, we're going to be wrapping up that first poll and getting the second one on, and then we'll find out what's going on with our website. Because I think we're getting, well, maybe you're not. I'm getting a little bit carried away because these numbers are so staggering.
It's exciting.
It is an exciting thing that a lot of people are hopping on our website, and maybe a few. I mean, we got 3 new listeners there. That's something. That's more than we get from Greg Reed doing anything for us. Hey, Greg, you're a bozo, man. He's busy worrying about what's going on out of town. He can't be worried about what's going on in town. Is he still in hiding? Do you see him at all?
He popped his head in this morning.
Did he pop his head in there this morning?
Sure.
While we were talking?
While we were talking.
Well, why didn't you tell me? I'd have given him my best.
Oh, I will next time.
I noticed he didn't bother coming here and speaking to me. Boy, he is just terrified of me. And rightfully so. Stay the hell away from me, Greg. I can't stomach it. What you've done to us, to all of us, it's enough to make anybody want to puke. And again, because he owns a piece of the action, he can do no wrong, you know? He's got the Beasleys buffaloed, which would be a good place for him, by the way. They're the only people in Fort Myers that wear like bowling socks to a picnic. Big white socks come all the way up to their knees. 269 votes. How long have you listened to the show on the Internet? I'm a regular a long time, 214. I'm not a real listener. I'm just monitoring. We got...
About 30, man.
Thank you. Probably in the government. I'm fairly new, but before Tittygate, I've been listening online, 22, and I've only started since Tittygate broke. We got 3.
All right.
One more time.
All right.
Excellent. So we'll wrap that up at 11 and put the other one on there. Then we'll find out what's really going on, right?
Right.
Because we don't want Eric to have to lose his ads on the thing, because he's making a fortune on his website. Isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
And we don't want him to lose any of those banner ads, those other things, because he's agreed. See, the problem is with these celebrity nude photos. That's where the problem is. So we'll have to find out from the audience how desperate they are for nudie photos, because they can go to celebrity nude photos just about anywhere, right?
Anywhere. Any
place. Anybody. Just look out the window, you see a bunch of naked people running around.
There goes Halle Berry.
10:57, and look at that, Tom Brady. Man, Tom, those things are saggy, sweetheart.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
A girl that I was going with down in New Orleans, walking side by side. Earl was who he was with, but he was Lola for me that night. Oh no! But then her dress was white, and I decided to pursue the guy. Oh yeah! As I was staring down, he pulled the gun and turned on. Got shot in the leg, got shot in the leg, got shot in the leg. Oh, I feel like all the Oswald. I really hurt now. I was bleeding all over the street. The bum who shot me down was getting beaten up by Lola.
Take that, Sally.
Oh, girl, you was no lady now, but just the thing gave me a boner. I can't promote you now, especially since the night I got shot in the leg. I got shot in the leg. I got shot in the leg.
It's 11 o'clock at 560 WQM. I'm looking for the theme from the Virginian, which I can't find on here.
You got the discs
any of my
there?
CDs.
That's right, you took them.
I got them all right here. I got them in my hand. I don't see no Virgin.
I can't even remember it.
But I'm looking on the website here. Westerns of the 60s, The Virginians by Paul Arnold Green. Percy Faith's distinctive theme heralded the debut of TV's 90-minute Western series in 1962. There's a picture of Doug McClure. He was a Trampus.
Trampus what?
I'm just checking this out. Okay,
That's
just the whistle of Tony.
We got the DNA
pictures.
story for those people who are. This is the fourth.
Yeah, who are what?
Now. Continuing to send it. Thank you very much.
We got the DNA story on Neil Bush. Thank you very much. Another scumbag Bush. Sorry to be redundant. 5670560. Here's the lowdown. I thought I printed it out and it never came out. Oh, geez. Eric just took it out of there already. You got it?
I got it. What are you talking about?
About the first poll.
No, I don't got it.
Tried to print it out and it wouldn't come out. 284 votes. There were 4 new listeners since Tittygate. And the rest of it, of course, doesn't mean all that much. Okay, there's the new one. What I like most about NeilRogers.com is, and obviously the answer, the naked pictures, right? I mean the poll. I mean those important news stories, right? Right. So thanks for the Virginian. That was not a bad show. Of course, you didn't like Westerns? You didn't like cop shows?
I liked Bonanza.
Yeah.
But that wasn't like a Western, really. I mean, kind of.
Sure it was.
More like a family soap opera that was set in the West.
Like Apple's Way.
Huh? Never saw that.
Sure he did, with Ronnie, what's his name?
Millsap.
No, Ronnie, the skinny,
Cox.
tall, geeky guy.
Ronnie Cox?
Ronnie Cox, that's it. I forgot about that.
No, I saw it.
You never saw Apple's Way?
No.
Oh.
Or the rifle.
I'm scouring here. I just can't find the theme for the Virginian, which according to that was the whole deal, was the theme song. Kind of like Barnacles Jones. The show sucked, but the theme song was great. Cannot find it. I bet you I know somebody who will find it for me. Here's Cheyenne and Colt 45 and the Lawman and Gunsmoke and the Legend of Wyatt Earp. Maybe it's on this other one here. TV's
What's the little
greatest.
Gunsmoke? But who didn't? It was on for 500 years.
Yeah. William Conrad. Matt Dillon on the radio. William Conrad, I don't care what you say, was great, even though you have that prejudice against fat cops.
No, just cop shows.
Who run real fast.
And never
Let's
miss.
see. 567-057. I'm getting sidetracked with this, and I have no idea why, because the Virginia, it was just a Doug McClure thing. You're the one who started that.
My bad.
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. How you be doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. You know, you're a big inspiration to me
Yeah.
by listening to you and listening to your political views on a lot of the issues that our government is having right now. I am going to start going to certain council meetings and stuff like that and try to educate myself a little more on the situation and maybe try to become some type of low-level public official to try to change things for the better.
Some kind of low-down public official?
Well, you got to start somewhere.
Right.
You know, I can't go run for president. No one knows me. But if I start at the bottom and work my way up, maybe there could be some changes made.
Okay.
Like George's idea about what they should do to murderers and rapists and stuff, you know, having them work to pay back the families. I think that's one thing that definitely should be works.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's even talking about anything like that.
Now, we have people talking about reparations, but of course you know that those are people who really have no business talking about reparations.
True. Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
You're very right. But
just looking for a handout.
There's a lot of good ideas out there that all of these older people in the government that are in their 80s and 90s just don't want to listen to, and they want to have it set in the old ways. And the world is changing so fast, and those people are not changing with the world.
Well, good luck to you, man. I appreciate your whatever it is.
Yeah, no problem. Just keep it up.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks.
Don't you appreciate his whatever it is?
I sure do.
See, I don't want to sound like because I can't do 5 things at once. 2 or 3 things I can. Chew gum and suck my toe. I can do that.
Yeah.
But I can't, so I apologize to that caller because he really wants to do something, you know.
Good. I hope he does.
Huh?
Somebody's got to do something.
He wants to make a change.
I'm too lazy.
And the CD is like not, it's not chewing up to what I wanted it to. Oh, geez. Don't tell me this is a bum CD. That would be bad. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. If this doesn't queue up, I'm going to jump out the window. I'm going to have a fit. It doesn't look to me like it's going to queue up at all.
It's not going to queue up.
Huh?
It's not going to.
Well, how can that be? See, it did. Just slow.
Sounds like the Hogan's Heroes intro.
No, Thunderbirds. It's just slow because most of the stuff on here is really old.
The CD
like
is really
me.
old.
Oh, man, it's just ancient.
Surprised it reads it all.
This is the world of Commander McBragg. Your hair will curl in the world of McBragg.
Oh, how about Super Chicken? Remember that?
Sure I do.
When you find yourself in danger, when you're threatened by a stranger, when it looks like you will take a licking, there is someone waiting who will hurry up and rescue you. Just call for Super Chicken. But if you're afraid, you'll have to overlook it. Besides, you knew the job was dangerous when you took it. He will drink his super sauce and throw the bad guys for a loss, and he will bring them in alive and kicking. There is one thing you should learn when there is no one else to turn to. Call for Super Chicken. Call for Super Chicken.
Oh, I like that last part there. That was a beautiful thing. Can I back that up just a second?
Back that up.
Then if you're afraid, you'll have to overlook it. Besides, you knew the job was dangerous when you took it. He will drink his super sauce and throw the bad guys for a loss, and he will bring them in alive and kicking. There is one thing you should learn when there is no one else to turn to. Call for Super Chicken. Call for Super Chicken.
Thanks, Brian.
Now, back to Moose's foot.
Oh, my favorite. You're going to get me very emotional now. I don't want to play all this stuff all day here today. This was not on my agenda.
Yeah, what do you think?
How'd you get me so sidetracked? Huh? No, you got me sidetracked, and now this thing won't queue up past a certain cut. I'm getting wild because I want to play the
it'll
Cannon
queue up
theme.
to anything. That CD probably looks like a road.
It does. Looks like a road map. In fact, it looks like that Middle East road map. And now it says error on there, so I'm just going to put it away. WQAM, hello. QAM. Nice talking to you. That line 1, man. Every asshole in America is on line 1.
It's a curse.
WQAM, hello.
Yo, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
All right.
Listen, I emailed George last night a Saddam Hussein and like Outkast song, dances and stuff, all crazy kind of stuff. It'd be good for the website. The title was like Saddam does something with Outkast with Allah. It's real good. You gotta check it out.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks.
Do you see it? Do you see Saddam doing Allah?
No, I'll go look for it. I only got like 5 email addresses. He probably sent it to the station.
Oh, well, that's not really a good idea. We ignore those like crazy. Okay, maybe we'll do this tomorrow. Maybe you inspired me. I don't know. Maybe that's old stuff. Let's see. What do we got? What I like most about NeilRogers.com is listening to the show online, 20. Both pictures and stories, 50-50, 16. The news stories, 7. The polls, 6. The naked pictures, 5. 8% like the naked pictures best. I hate it. It's evil, 3.
That's what I voted.
Silly noises. All right. 2. The funny pictures, 1. And the archives, only 1 out of 61. Wow. Holy mackerel. When we get done with this poll, we may have to reevaluate our whole, we may have to get the staff together.
The staff?
Talk to our people.
Right.
Because this may really, I'm serious. I think this was a good idea.
It is a good idea.
Not as good idea of playing all this stuff tomorrow, though.
Come on and see Tennessee Tuxedo.
Well, now you're not old enough to enjoy this, but I sure
Tennessee
am.
Tuxedo? What are you talking about?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this. Kukla, Fran, and Ollie, way before your time. Sure. Fran Allison.
You'd have to be like
Here we
60.
are, back with you again. Yes, by gum.
And yes, by golly.
Kukla, Fran.
And dear old Ollie.
Here we are again.
Oh!
Here we are again.
I bet you Suds likes that. Suds and
Boca Brian.
Boca Brian and me. And that's it. Oh, come on. You didn't know about Kukla, Fran, and Ollie.
I heard you old geezers talking about it now.
And what about the Soupy Sales Show? See, one thing about Soupy Sales being funny, he doesn't have to say anything.
Right.
All you have to do is look at that face.
Pretty funny.
And you just laugh. He's got that big schnoz, and he just always has that silly Schmidt-eating grin on his puss, and you just look at Soupy Sales and you laugh. Speaking of what's my line, 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Mad Dog at 2, the Humper at the Royal Caribbean at 4. Now, what does that mean at Royal Caribbean?
I have no idea.
Is he like on the cruise ship? Is he like in the Bahamas? I mean, what does that mean? I know he's plunging his guts out and probably eating like crazy too.
I don't know. Make something up.
Do we know what that means, Josh, at the Royal Caribbean? Is he like on a cruise ship? Is he in the Bahamas at a casino? Is he,
I'll find out for you.
No, that's okay. Don't put yourself out. In fact, maybe our people will tell you.
One of our people there. Go find out.
Right. The big 7 to 10 tonight. NK at 10 and Joe and Mark overnight, 2 to 5 in the morning. Kind of a pristine schedule. No ball games. In fact, we got kind of a long break there for hockey because we got the All-Star weekend coming up. Big comeback win last night in Phoenix, 5-4 for the Panthers. Anybody care?
No.
Unbelievable last few minutes of that game. Phenomenal. I know even George is whipped up about it. WQAM, hello.
He's on, it's a golf tournament that he's at, or a tennis tournament.
He's what?
What do you call it? Hank is at the Royal Caribbean Classic. That's the golf tournament, I believe.
Oh, the golf tournament. I thought it was the Royal Caribbean. I thought, well, see, nobody tells us anything. Like, we're supposed to know that?
Hey, hey, Neil, that was fantastic here in Super Chicken. I have not heard that in about 30 years.
Oh, wait till you hear some of this other. How many years?
About 30, man.
You're on the ball today. Hey, I sent you the Don and Mike stuff. I occasionally see things from radio and registry and stuff like that. So
well, keep it up because our staff, our people haven't been doing too good of a job. So please keep it up.
Yeah. Hey, anything to do to help out the organization.
The organization. Thanks, Pally.
Take it easy.
Have a great day. See, we got some good people out there. Not everybody's an asshole, huh?
Those are our people.
Yeah, that's our people. As you folks in the audience, you send us the faxes. I mean, sometimes get a little too carried away, but that's all right. Unless they're like 20, 30 pages, then we get a little bit porky. George gets all bent out of shape. Now, as for me, I don't really care because I have a whole new case of fax paper that was delivered just yesterday afternoon.
The trees.
Yeah, I got all kinds of fax paper and all kinds of supplies here, school supplies, that kind of stuff.
Oh, school supplies.
That's what Robbie Benson said in One-on-One. Remember that? School supplies. You know, Robbie, the fact that you're 52 and you're still talking like that now, people are kind of chuckling at you. What I like the most about NeilRogers.com is, that's our website, by the way, listening to the show online, 35. 4 new people, man, thanks to Janet's titty. Oh! All right, thanks, Janet. You go, girl. She ain't going to be on the Grammys, and you know what? They don't deserve her. Screw them.
Right on.
Who wants to see a bunch of lame-ass bastards who couldn't sing their out of a paper sack anyway, right?
Yeah.
All them rap crap, all that garbage.
We'll watch the show She Goes On.
I mean, the fact that Justin Tinkerbell is going to perform on there, well, we got his comments later, too. He's so upset and his family is embarrassed. Yeah, screw you, Justin, you little pansy. Listening to the show on line 35, both pictures and stories, Fitty Fitty, 22. The polls, 13. The naked pictures, 12. The news stories, 11. The archives, 5. I hated it's evil, 4. The funny pictures, 3. And the silly noises, 2 out of 107. 11:14 at QM. Let me tell you, if you're on the Atkins diet, or if you're on the Sugar Busters, or the South Beach diet, which is such a flagrant ripoff of Atkins, but any of the low-carb or sugar-free diets, there's a store that I want you to try out one time. When you walk in the door, you'll be amazed, because when you're in your supermarket, and I do love Publix, as you know, but any supermarket, even the best ones, have only got a very limited number of these things that are low-carb, sugar-free. But Delights, that's all they got. Over 1,000 low-carb products for you to choose from, which gives you great variety, great taste, and you can stay on your low-carb diet and lose that disgusting fat. They got breads and bagels, cookies and crackers, chips and brownies, chocolates, ice cream, pasta, great sauces. They're out of this world. Ketchup, cheesecakes, and lots more. They offer the widest selection anywhere in the universe, and they're open every day, 7 days a week from 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. One of the nice things at Delights is that you don't have to buy something and take home and decide you don't like it, because you can try anything in the store before you buy it. Their staff knows dieting inside and out. In fact, there are a couple of chubby people walking around there, and they carry the most complete line of Atkins Brand's products anywhere in the world that are on sale today, next Easter Sunday, all day, every day. The low-carb diet is rated number 1, so head for the number 1 low-carb sugar-free store in the world, Delights of West Boca, on the northeast corner of Glades and 441, right next door to Boston Market. Remember them, Boston Market?
Sure do.
Vaguely. Or call them toll-free at 1-877-LOW-CARB, LOWCARB, or on the web it's lowcarb.com. There's only one Delights of West Boca. It'd be your official Atkins retail center.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
George Bush isn't aware, but if there's oil, he'll care. He'll want regime change there on Mars. He'll want it for hours if there's Martians he sees. Imagine WMDs just like the Iraqis on Mars.
11:19 at 560 WQAM. Go to hell. Well, the reason I played that is because girl says hell in school and gets suspended.
No.
Yes.
Where?
Pittsburgh.
Ah.
Not even in a parochial school, in a public school.
Really?
A second grader was suspended for a day for telling a classmate he would go to hell for saying, "I swear to God."
Oh, God.
Brandy McKenna, 7, was suspended for swearing for saying the word hell, but her family says she was referring to the biblical location of fire and brimstone. She served the suspension Tuesday of this week. The Pittsburgh Public Schools Student Code of Conduct prohibits profanity, but doesn't provide a definition. Spokeswoman Pat Crawford said the school wouldn't comment further. Brandy's father, Wayne McKenna, said when he learned about the suspension, he thought perhaps his daughter had said something worse, so he called the teacher for details. Now, second grader would be like, what, about 7 years old?
Okay.
He was told another student overheard his daughter say the word. I said, hell? She got suspended for that, McKenna said. He said he asked the school to evaluate its profanity. See, this is what's going on in America, boys and girls. This is fucking pathetic is what it is. God damn. Uh-oh. I'm going to hell for that. Oh, he said hell again.
Right.
Jesus. Oh, see there? You can't say anything.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, crying out loud, man.
Absolutely.
Jesus. See, I can't stop.
No, you can't.
Hell is like the least of the words in school today, McKenna said. You go home and you turn on the TV tonight and tell me how many times you heard the word hell. And I mean network TV, not even cable. Who the hell cares, right?
Oh.
To hell with those assholes in the Pittsburgh public schools. Without a clear definition, the district could run into problems enforcing the policy, said Witold Walczak, some Polish guy, legal director of the Greater Pittsburgh chapter of the ACLU. The school's policy says no profanity, and that's not further defined, Walczak says. How should this little girl know that hell is not allowed? I think they ought to give the kids a list of the words they can't say.
That's right, so they can rehearse them at home.
Right. It's questionable whether hell is even a profanity, and it certainly isn't the way that she used it, he added. McKenna, the suburban Pittsburgh police detective, said family members aren't religious fanatics, but there's a healthy respect for the Lord, so he accepts her daughter's explanation. She's under the assumption that good people go to heaven and bad people go to hell, they said on Wednesday yesterday. Well, see, that's part of the problem. Brainwashing your kids with all these lies and fairy tales. It's even worse than the president almost.
How can it be profanity? It's a biblical word. It does refer to a location. That's how it's
Go to hell. Go to hell. Go to hell. Go to hell. Okay. And maybe she was talking about Hell, Michigan. We do know there is such a place. Maybe that's what she was talking about.
There's Hellmouth, Montana.
Maybe she figured that's a good place for you, Hell, Michigan. Go to hell. Oh, brother. It just has it's reached the point. Like I said yesterday, I really mean this. I believe this with every bone in my thing. That every bone in my nose. That we need to separate. We need to go back to pre-Civil War days. We need to have total separation of the North and the South. I'm not talking about bringing slavery back, although we already have that. That's why Bush likes those illegal aliens. But we need to have the North and the South, and ever the twain shall meet. And then, like South Florida can, I don't know, just secede from the rest of Florida, kind of do whatever they want, be independent, be kind of like Cuba North. Oh, it already is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Sure I do.
I can't deal with this whole religion. The world is laughing at us, and the Janet Booby thing was a typical example, man. That was the epitome of what's wrong with America right there. All the hand-wringing and the teeth gnashing and the, oh my God, this was disgusting, and all the goody two-shoes bullcrap. Speaking of bullcrap.
Including the seaports.
Yeah, see? Even he is pissed off and fired up about it. You don't know what that is.
Sure don't. Come on, Brian, what is this?
It's a theme from General's Hospital.
Ooh,
this sounds really patriotic, doesn't it?
Sure does.
They're loaded and shipped to America. We've extended the reach out to make sure America is more secure. We're doing things more wise in order to protect our country. We're not waiting for ships and planes to arrive.
Okay. I thought it was coming to a crescendo there, but it just decided to keep on going. Oh, this one disc, I think oh no. What a shame. What a shame, Brian. Because he made these discs for me, and it gets to cut number 28, and then after that, all these other good ones on here, you can't, they just didn't take. You know what I mean? You can't cue them up. Well, dang. Danny Thomas. You got it?
Got it.
What is it?
Danny Thomas.
Make room for
Kathy.
Danny Thomas was, what was he, Lebanese, Syrian, something like that.
Danny Thomas, oh yeah, something, right.
Oh yeah.
You're right.
I think Lebanese. Paul Anka is also one of those people.
Raghead?
I didn't say that. Are you picking on Paul Anka? He's Canadian, eh?
Okay.
Don't be picking on us Canadians. Hey, don't forget our Hot Couples contest. How are those entries coming in? They're trickling still?
You're getting what we're getting. Did you check lately?
Today?
Yeah, I sent you one today.
Oh, I didn't see any today. Is it good?
It's good, but not for real.
Oh, I see. No, come on, we want some real ones because we got some good prizes to give away here. You got the till February 13th, which is a week from tomorrow, to submit your entries to contest at neilrogers.com. And then we'll vote the following week, the 16th through the end of that week, and whichever couple gets the most votes wins their choice of one of these two trips. Trip for two to hedonism in Jamaica or trip for two to Royal Oasis Casino in the Bahamas. And one of these days, Miguel will tell us which one of those includes airfare and whatever else it includes. And the runner-up couple, the second place couple, gets whichever one of those trips is left over. And the third place prize, dinner for two to the Pizza Loft, and you can go in there and watch the Rimmers eat for free. It'll be great. All contest rules on our website, neilrogers.com. What? You can go in there anytime. Doesn't make any difference when you go in there. You'll see the Rimmers eating for free. Especially now that we have the All-Star break.
You could put them in a glass booth with one of those, feeders in the front. People could stick pasta through there.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. What I like most about neilrogers.com is listening to the show online, 51. Both pictures and stories, 50-50, 34. The naked pictures, 20. That's moving up. They're starting to get honest now. The poll's 19. The news story's 19. The archive 6. The silly noises 5. The funny pictures 5. And I hated it's evil 5 out of 166. I got a pretty good idea. Since we had that little issue with celebrity nudes, we don't need celebrity nudes.
Okay.
Just nude people.
I think it's the same issue.
It's the same issue? We've had naked people. How about in our hot couples contest?
I know, that's not to say that it's necessarily allowed. We're just kind of, sliding.
What are you talking about? So in other words, we can't have any nudity on our website?
I don't know.
We've got this pristine, squeaky clean website on this perverted show. You gotta be schmitting me, man. You better get that Eric straightened out.
I think we'll have to talk to our people about it.
Yeah, we better get with our people on this issue. Let's have a committee meeting right after the show. 27 after 11 at 560 WQM. EF Tire and Auto Repair is located at 5083 North Federal Highway, just a mile north of a mile and a half north of Sample Road, like I said, in Pompano Beach. I'm a little fired up right now. You'll have to excuse me.
No.
Well, don't then. At EF Tire and Auto Repair, experience the difference that experience makes because all EF mechanics know their stuff. They didn't just come in off a banana boat, believe you me. They're ASE certified technicians. They know the latest technology, and most have been with the EF team for nearly 20 long, amazing years. The EF team has got over 200 combined years of experience. No job is too big or too small at EF, whether it's a blown fuse all the way up to a blown engine. From a 73 Toyota to an 04 Bentley, EF Tire and Auto Repair can do it for you and do a great job of it, too. And all jobs are meticulously double-checked for accuracy by the shop foreman. Every car is cleaned upon completion of the work, so when they get done, your car looks and runs just like brand new. EF honors most extended warranties. They offer you wide-weight service and lots of repairs, too. EF Tire and Auto Repair, here's that location again, 5083 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Be sure to ask about their 90 days, same as cash, no interest credit card when you call 954-426-9926. That's 954-426-9926. Trust your card, or people who are really going to do a stupendous job for you. EF Tire and Auto Repair, nationally known as one of the most successful auto repair facilities in the entire U.S. of A. At EF, their motto is nobody cares more, and nobody nowhere will work harder to earn your business.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
What else? What am I missing?
I used to think that I could not be harmed, that they would keep quiet 'cause I'm a star. And now the years have passed for copying fields. As long as grass is on the playing field, if I can see it, then I can do it. If I just believe it, then they're mature hips. I'm a big pedophile.
Yes.
I believe I can touch, provide. You can see it on videotape. Don't care, I'm more than twice her age. Like if her parents come home to see me running through that open door. I'm a big pedophile. I'm a big pedophile. I'm a big pedophile.
11:32. It wouldn't surprise me if they replaced Janet Jackson with R. Kelly on the Grammys this weekend, don't you think?
Oh, jeez.
He's probably going to win a whole bunch.
Bunch of what?
Crap.
Coconuts?
Little kids, little girls. Let's see, Johnny says, is there any way to set up the archive so you can fast forward by sliding your little thingy to the parts of the show we might have missed? I don't want to miss a minute, please, says Johnny. Can't we do that?
We've answered his question before, because he's asked that question before.
And what's the answer?
If he waits for the archive to completely load, he can slide it forwards, backwards, sideways, up, down, and into the nth dimension.
Right. He can listen to whatever he wants.
He just has to
like
wait.
Anything else.
Right.
If you just hold your horses, Johnny, just sit tight, bury your hand deep in your crotch, and squirm back and forth in the chair, and then just wait. Squirm with the old worm, and then when it's done, you'll know. And when you're done, you'll know too. Here's another one from Joe, who signs his name in. This is from Eric.
I thought so.
Yeah, this is from Eric. It says, I love everything about NeilRogers.com, so that's my vote, but it isn't an option. Who needs a web staff when you've got Eric? Twice the productivity, almost half the size. Yeah, see, only one. He used to be, but now he's only one. And it's signed in teeny tiny letters Joe, as in Joe Mama, on the bottom. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate the vote of confidence. It's been great working with you. Let's see. Rick says, thanks for the jog down memory lane with cartoon themes. Oh, but that's not a cartoon theme. That's My Little Margie. I have a lot more cartoon themes, though.
My Little Margie?
With Gail Storm.
Never heard of her.
She's dead.
Here comes Leonardo Lion, king of Bongo Congo, a hero line of iron.
Did he say bunghole? I can't believe that. Boy, see, even back then they said things like that. Even back in the 50s, in the early 50s, Andy Devine on the Buster Brown show used to say, plunk your magic twanger, Froggy. If anybody said on the air right now, plunk your magic twanger, that would be the end, man. You have Michael Powell be in there in a heartbeat, shutting everybody down. They'd probably come to your house and confiscate your radio, TV, and pop-up toaster if anybody said, plunk your magic twanger. Anyway, he says, I'm in my 30s, can vividly remember Kukla, Fran, and Ollie. How do you like that? That is great. That was fun. See, the shows back in those days, they were all live and they were fun.
Yeah.
Even Howdy Doody was fun, especially when one of the little kids in the audience had to go pee or something like that. Every Saturday morning, right after the Skipper Chuck show, it was Kukla, Fran, and Ollie. If George can remember Ark 1, the science fiction series about a futuristic RV and desolate Earth, he ought to remember Kukla, Fran, and Ollie, which he doesn't.
Maybe if I saw it.
Says, great show, George. Peace, love, and happiness, says Rick. Thank you, Rick. You're okay in my
book.
book.
Skipper Chuck show.
E-S-E-I-O-K-A, galloping all the way, here comes Big Brother Brown.
So, and I bet you know this show, Robert Young. Father Knows Your Breast. That's what Joe Jackson said to Janet. Fathers know that your breast. And what was the son's name on that show? I think Pud was his name. Pud? Oh, Bud. Pud. Same difference.
I thought that was on Flipper.
That was a different Bud. I don't care about I'm not worried about Bud on Flipper. I'm more worried about Sandy. I want to know if Luke Halpin is doing okay. How you doing, Luke? Boy, he must be really ugly by now. Can you imagine?
Ancient.
Let's see. What is this? Oh, that's My Little Margie again. Now, here's one you'll know. Guaranteed. Even you. You'll see.
Nope. Sorry.
Yeah, you do. Okay, let me give you a hint. Okay. Bebop Baby, Traveling Man, Rick Nelson.
Oh, Ozzie and Harriet.
Oh! You notice Ozzie, he didn't have a job. He just used to leave and kind of wander around the neighborhood every day.
Never saw that.
Except for Father Knows Best. I don't even know what he did. I was thinking he was a doctor, but that was the other Robert Young show. Nobody ever did anything.
No.
Except William Bendix. He used to go to the show, and of course Carol O'Connor. 567. How did we get sidetracked on this? It was all because of Doug McClure, the Virginian.
Right. No.
And now we got into this, which is probably just as well, because I got a lot of very depressing things here. Like the defendant in Tamarack theater death says he was just protecting his wife. That's what he said.
His testimony.
Chivalrous instinct and failing eyesight prompted Seymour Schuss to slug a 74-year-old man outside a discount movie theater. He testified yesterday at his manslaughter trial in Fort Lauderdale. I still say take away his sweet and low and his bag, and then fry him.
And his wife's driver's license.
Nothing like this has ever happened to me, the Tamarack grandfather, who says he's legally blind, testified in a choked voice, his face reddening, I never have hit anybody. Defense attorney Jane Weintraub then softly asked him his age. I'll be 70 this year, he said before his head slumped and began sobbing.
Oi!
If convicted in the death of Irving Rosenberg, Schuss faces up to 15 years in prison. Rosenberg fell hard on his head after the punch to his chin November 8, 2002. He died 16 days later. Schuss, who turned down a plea deal that would have resulted in just a year in jail, maintains his actions were unintentional but justified. Justified my ass. I'd say fry him. Now, if it would have been Sonny Rosenberg, that's a different story. Congressional Medal of Honor.
Come on, Brian, what is this?
Even I wouldn't remember this. Armis Brooks with Eve Arden and Gail Gordon. Maybe you know Hazel. Oh, I bet this is Hazel.
I've never seen the show.
The what?
Just the opening, like that. The opening.
Now,
credits.
Hazel, the guy speaking of Ozzie and Harriet, Don Defoe, was that his name?
I don't
Defoe?
know.
I think he was like kin to Defoe. Don Defoe. He was the neighbor on Ozzie and Harriet. Don't you remember that?
No.
Now, did you actually ever see Ozzie and Harriet?
No.
You didn't miss a damn thing.
All right, thanks.
All Rick and David used to do was sit around and drink milk all day, that's all. 20 till noon, speaking of silly people.
That are moving toward democracy.
Right. He said, we're moving toward democracy, but we don't want to have it all at once because it's a little bit too much.
Was he talking about us or Iraq?
No, he's talking about America.
Live and local. This is 560.
The radio's all yours.
QAM.
WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
They're dead, they're dead. The whole dark cast is dead.
Oi!
They're dead, they're dead. They're definitely dead. Liz Montgomery and Agnes Moorehead, Dick York and the other Dick too. And it's straight that Paul Lynde is taking a turn now too. They're dead, they're dead. Like doornails, they're all dead. They're dead, all dead. Yes, positively dead. Except for Adam and Tabitha, but we're working on that too. So stay tuned and they will be dead soon.
17 till noon, I have some bad news for you folks, and it just dawned on me now that Jack Parr died the other day. The greatest entertainers, the best of the best, they're all dead.
Yeah, and?
No, it just dawned on me. It's a little depressing, but then again, we've always got all the Nickelodeon and all the oldie but goodie TV channels.
Right. TV land.
A Real McCoy, starring Walter Brennan and Dick Crenna, created by Irving Kinsel.
Want you to meet some family, known as the Real McCoys. From West Virginia, they came to stay in sunny California. That's Grandpappy Amos and the two little boys, his favorite grandson, McCoy. Want you to meet McCoy.
Oh, Walter Brennan, he's dead too. Just in case you were worried about it.
HR Pop and Stuff. Who's your friend when things get rough? HR Pop and Stuff. Can't do a little 'cause you can't do enough.
Now you're getting into my time zone.
What is it?
Now you're getting into my time zone with these
HR Puff and stuff?
shows.
Yeah, that sounds like your kind of show.
Damn straight. Especially if you're on acid.
No. Now let's see, what am I looking for? The Virginian? I'm finding some discs that I have. Oh, I got the Virginian. Oh man, this is exciting. Woo. I realize most of the people in the audience are thinking, what's going on with you, man? What is with the, I don't know. Do you believe that?
Sure I do.
Why? This is not even, this is, huh?
Because it's us. Boca Brian didn't burn that disc, did he?
No, this is like a real one.
Yeah, but from when? 1978?
From before, it says on the bottom here, from before Jesus was a baby. Best TV show in history. In fact, it was the South Park of its time.
Indeed.
Let's see, here's a fax from Todd in Key Largo. Says, even though I'm a Republican, I love the Democratic slogan on your website, less Bush is a great thing. P.S. Saw this bumper sticker. I found Jesus. He was in my trunk when I got back from Tijuana. You're going to burn in hell for saying that, Todd. Oh, can I say hell?
Hades.
Yeah, what is this with these, now maybe it's my CD players, do you think? I don't think so.
It could be, but I think those CDs are just ancient and scratched up and,
There's a holdup in the Bronx. Brooklyn's broken out in fights. There's a traffic jam in Harlem that's backed up to Jackson Heights. There's a scout troop short a child. Khrushchev's new and Idlewild. Car 54, where are you?
Oh, yeah, one of my unfavorite shows of all time.
Nice
now, let's see,
song.
what cut was I on? Let me just try it again, but I don't think it's going to work.
See, if you wouldn't eat chicken wings during the show...
Oh, no, see, this is a bad omen for me because it's cut number 48 on this disc. And it gets to like 47 is about where it stops.
Pressing.
Oh, no. Well, we got a whole bunch more. We got hundreds and hundreds. In fact, we're going to stay on till midnight just playing old TV themes so we can reminisce about the good old days, all us old farts. Even young whippersnappers, they see all of these shows, even people like, 5, 6, 7.
Right, in between snapping whippers.
Let's see, I think I got, somewhere on here, I got a whole bunch of those channels, speaking of my digital TV. Oh, I got the Diva channel.
Diva?
Oh, Deja Vu. Here you go.
Forgot the exchange.
The Rockford Files.
The deal. The exchange will take place at Angel Martin's funeral. It's 2 o'clock this afternoon, the House of Our Father Chapel. And
oh, yeah, we got old shows up the ass here, I'll tell you that. 5670560. Can I say that?
No.
Like I said, we got old shows, an abundance of them. What I like most about NeilRogers.com, that's our very non-controversial poll question today, but we're still getting a fabulous response, which means they're looking at Janet's boobie again. You got to figure that with the 6 billion people on the face of the earth, that all of them will have seen it once on our website.
Right.
Because we certainly, by far and away, have got the best graphics, and we got Justin reaching over and yanking that baby off.
I hate him.
Not as much as I do.
All right. Racing.
Not even close.
Bye.
Despise.
Bye.
Like to shoot him in the ankle.
Bye.
Get lost, Justin, you little twerpy fag. He is. I don't care what anybody says. The idea that he did that Britney Day thing with him is so laughable, man. They'll feed the public any crap that they can peddle, you know. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, yeah, you're right. Britney wouldn't touch the best part of him if she could find it with a goddamn search party and our people. How do you like that?
Absolutely.
What is that?
Three Stooges.
Oh, that sounds like the Three Stooges to me. I thought it was more like... Oh, Walter Lance is dead, too. Mike Lance is still alive, but Walter Lance is dead. Isn't that bad news?
Yeah, it's going to happen.
5670560, pound 560. Oh, and I haven't been reading any of the stories about it, but you see who's in real deep crap these days?
Who that?
Eisner?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah, they're getting ready to boot his ass out.
Eisner?
Jay.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line. QAM, hello. That was beautiful, wasn't it?
That was the ghost line.
That was an emotional moment for all of us. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, Pally.
Did you bring up the show Arc 1?
Arc 1?
It was on that fax.
Oh, okay. From I was 100 years ago.
It was on what fax?
There was a chimpanzee
fax
on
you
there.
were reading.
And okay, I got you. Because I was.
That was the other day, right?
I was trying to think of that show the other night, going over with a bunch of my old buddies about old school TV and stuff.
Yeah, you were probably smoking some really good crap too.
Yes. It was a crazy show, man.
It really was, especially after you smoked some good stuff. Okay, pal. Get back to business. Oh, so speaking of Chuck Barris and the Bong Show.
Double-O, C-double-O, C-double-O-L, C-double-O-L Mac. Cool Mac, cool. Dangerous is business.
The biggest show in town is Huckleberry Hound for all you guys and gals.
Okay, here's a fax from Frank in Fort Lauderdale. Good thing all us old farts are getting together now. All you other people, bug off. Says, remember when Plunk Your Magic came from? What did I just get through saying before?
That's what you were just
I
saying.
said Andy Devine on the Buster Brown Show. And I says, remember where it came from? The Buster Brown Show. Wow. Hi, I'm Buster Brown. I live in a shoe. Here's my dog, Ty, and he lives in there, too. Host, Andy Devine. Pre-Wild Bill Hickok. Frank and Fort. Hey, Frank, thanks so much, but I just got through saying all of them things. But thanks for reminding me about Wild Bill Hickok, who starred, his name was Madison. Guy Madison.
All right.
Man, he was one good-looking guy. Not as good-looking as Guy Gross, but he was pretty damn good. Guy Madison. Long before your time. Let's see. Danny Thomas was born in Deerfield, Michigan to Lebanese immigrants. God damn you into hell. Signed an anonymous principal in Pittsburgh. Well, back at you. That's cute. 5670560. Yeah, let's take a little pause before they blow up the whole world, okay? Let's pause and, start farting around a little bit. looking at naked pictures and playing a bunch of old stuff. Let's start living in the past, because the present, quite frankly, ain't all that great for a lot of people, which is why Bush is going to get his ass whipped in November. You'll see. You will see. And if it doesn't turn out to be, don't turn out to be Kerry and Edwards, it's going to be Kerry and Gebhardt. To get all them union people in there.
Right. Okay.
I'm just saying. That's my people. I talked to my people, and my people said 285 votes. What I like most about your website, neilrogers.com, is, well, let's start at the bottom. I hate it. It's evil. 6. The funny pictures, 6. The archives, only 6. The silly noises, 10. The news stories, 33. The naked pictures, 36. The polls, 39. Both pictures and the stories, 66. Now, see, that's a little more uplifting. And listening to the show online, 83. Of course, that's going to stop at about 300, because we already found out in the first hour we got about 285, something like that. At least the ones who can vote. See, I don't understand how that works. I mean, I realize the AOL problem, but if we had like 10,000 people listening online, only a very small number can vote. Is that correct? Why?
Because of the cookie thing. In other words, to keep people from voting multiple times.
Yeah.
They get a cookie, or
they get
Eric
a cookie?
can explain it all technically, but basically we record the URL that it came from or wherever it came from, and since AOL funnels people through like one channel, that registers as one vote.
Here I come to save the day. That means that Mighty Mouse is on the way. Yes, sir, when there is a wrong to right, Mighty Mouse will join the fight.
And if you don't like Mighty Mouse, how about this mouse?
Daisy Mouse?
Courageous Cat and Minute Mouse.
Oh, sorry. Well, where the hell is Daisy Mouse?
Not to be confused with Minute Maid.
What's the succession with cartoons and mice?
I don't know. Mice just make kind of cutesy cartoon characters. Like all animals. You got rabbits.
Well, yeah. How many?
Right?
How many different
cats?
How many rabbits?
I got nothing against niggers. Daddy was a nigger.
Oh, Jesus. Why do you keep dropping that thing in there? I don't have anything to do with that. That was all George.
It was Josh.
Yeah, Josh did it. I think Greg Reed did it myself. I didn't play that. I don't even know. I don't think I even have that. And don't tell me where it is if I do, please.
What?
Whatever I just heard. Don't tell me where it is, Josh. God almighty. Next he's going to be playing Song of the South drop-ins.
Ooh, I got that on me.
This chronic you just sent me, why do you send me this fax? I don't,
Okay.
I can't handle it anymore, okay? This is the one that was like analyzing the show, and the ratings are down because of this, and you should be doing that. Go away. He signs it chronic, and believe me, that's an insult to every chronic in the world. Chronic would be a compliment to you, you schmuck. Get a life. Get a goddamn life, okay? Man, if the audience only had any little idea. Mad Dog at 2, the Humper is at the Royal Caribbean Golf Tournament. Like, we're supposed to know what that is. You know, everybody's like, all the golfers, which we don't really care about, they're like laughing at me because I'm saying, at the Royal Caribbean, what is that? Well, how the hell do I know?
Right, could be a...
See, Clarence makes out these schedules like, well, it's a sports thing. You're supposed to know about that. Shove your golf balls up your ass, man. At least then you'd have a pair, okay, Clarence? You idiot. Then we got the Big at 7. Eddie K at 10 o'clock to relieve from 3 hours of that Spanglish, whatever the Big O is talking about. And then Joe and Mark overnight, 2 to 5, who are sneaking into that morning slot. That's what Joe told me. Eventually they want to work into that 5 to 8 slot.
We're Sports Radio 560, QAM.
This is Dick Cheney. I like to relax by having Mary Magdalene massage my balls while listening to the Neil Rogers 12 to 1 hour.
Dr. Howard Dean, governor, physician, searching for a way to tap into the American voter's consciousness. Then, an accidental overdose of embarrassment alters his body chemistry. And now, when Howard Dean grows angry or outraged, a startling metamorphosis occurs. The creature is driven by rage and pursued by a nation of reporters.
We're going to California and Texas and New York. And we're going to South Dakota and Michigan. And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
The creature is wanted for a tirade in Iowa. Howard Dean's political future is believed to be dead, and he must let the world think that it is dead until he can find a way to control the raging spirit that dwells within him. It'll take a Herculean effort by a busload of spin doctors to change the public perception of the governor. The only living creature in his life who still believes in him, his blind, deaf-mute dog, Lucky. The creature must run to protect himself. But where will he go?
We're going to California and Texas and New York. We're going to South Dakota and Michigan. And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
The incredible joke.
12:01 at 560 WQM. Happy Thursday to you. You know what I forgot to mention today, and it's on our website for those who really want to want to look into it. Because we had a call the other day, and we've had several faxes about the thing with Al Sharpton sleeping with the GOP. It's in the Village Voice. It's on our website. Roger Stone, longtime Republican dirty tricks operative who led the mob that shut down the Dade County recount and helped make George W. president in 2000, is financing, staffing, and orchestrating the presidential campaign of Reverend Al Sharpton, it says here. Though Stone and Sharpton have tried to reduce their alliance to a curiosity, suggesting that all they do is talk occasionally, a Voice investigation has documented an extraordinary array of connections, and it goes on about this one did this, and it's like pages and pages of this, which you can read on our website on neilrogers.com, but I'm not going to read on the air because stop and think about it.
I have.
Al Sharpton, how many votes did he get?
About 30, man.
And that was all together so far. I mean, he doesn't have enough votes to even talk about. In addition to which, the reason I'm skeptical about this, and I read the whole thing, is because nobody has been more critical of George W. than Sharpton in all the debates. So if Roger Stone is really behind him, and if the Republicans are like goosing him up with cash and whatever else, they're not doing too good of a job. So consider this, or keep your eye on the bouncing ball, okay? Don't get distracted. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Keep your eye on the prize, baby. Keep your eye on the prize. Here's a fax that says, didn't Guy Madison also play Zorro?
No.
No, that was Guy Williams. What a guy, but not the right guy. And you recall John Gavin in Destry, don't you?
I don't.
I don't either. Never heard of it. I know John Gavin, but I mean Destry. Oh, we already did that one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to play this.
Hercules, hero of song and story. Hercules.
What?
Nothing.
You did what?
I said I know the lyrics to this. I used to watch this all the time.
Oh, no.
Winner of ancient glory, fighting for the right, fighting with his might, with the strength of 10 ordinary men. Hercules, people are safe when near him. Hercules. Only the evil fear him, softness in his eyes, iron in his thighs, virtue in his heart, fire in every part of the mighty Hercules.
If you're on a highway road when it goes beep beep, just step aside or you might end up in a heap. Road runner runs on the road all day. Even the coyote can't make him change his ways.
It's the Beanie and Cecil Show. Oh! Come go sailing, we've waited long enough for Beanie and Cecil to on and John and Captain Huff and Puff.
I heard that show was a real scream. Here's George's favorite.
George of the jungle, strong as he can be. Watch out for that tree.
Is that Book of Brian? And Haji.
Exactly. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good, sir.
I tried calling yesterday, and I was going to ask if you watched that game with San Jose and the Panthers the other night.
No, I did not. Sounds
Yeah,
a
they
little
got
like
shut out.
Yeah,
They got
Severance
shut out.
House. Oh, yeah. They just
Non-actor.
go stick the peel back on the banana, please.
The world is a carousel of color.
What the hell is this?
Wonderful, wonderful color.
It's Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color.
The world is a carousel of color. History, comedy, fantasy. There's drama and mirth. There's old Mother Earth with all of her secrets to see.
There's no need to fear. Underdog is here.
When criminals in this world appear and break the laws that they should fear and frighten all who see or hear, the cry goes up both far and near for underdog. 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 Speed of lightning, roar of thunder. Fighting all who love or plunder.
What's not to like, right?
Right. Oh, it's
We ought to
rousing.
do this like at least 2, 3, 4 times a week. You know, it's just so much better, so much more fun than some of these people. WQAM, hello.
Yes, all this memories from all these classic TV themes and everything.
Isn't it great?
It brings back the #1 guy from classic television,
And who could that have been? Give me a clue.
Alan Funt.
And you know, the best part of it is, I bet you I got that on here somewhere, Candid
Sure.
Camera. You think?
I think you do.
You think so I do? Not on this disc, I don't think. But I bet you if I really scour through here, I can find that I can find that puppy. Get out that coonskin cat.
Born on a mountaintop in Tennessee, green estate in the land of the free.
Saw this movie.
Raised in the woods, so he knew every tree. Killed him a bar when he was only 3. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier.
That's a crock, Davy.
Fought single-handed through the Indian War. The preach was whipped and peace was in store.
Did I mention that Walter Lance is dead?
Yeah, you did.
Oh. And also Pecker is dead too.
They have things for that now.
See, George Washington had wooden teeth, but Woody had
a beak.
Why-ever, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
All right.
Wow, that almost sounds like something out of church, you know. It sounds very emotional. WQAM, hello.
Oh, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Well, I can't believe I got through to you. Great show,
Yes.
man. You're a good dude, man.
Yeah, I am.
Hey, Rudy Kazudi, remember him?
Yes, I do remember Rudy Kazudi, as a matter of fact. I wouldn't be surprised if it's on one of these.
I've asked a lot of people this, and I can never get the answer. Who
Well,
was
you
the
came to
big
the wrong
fat-
place.
Who
What
was
is it?
the big fat guy that was on the
Andy
Buster
Devine.
Brown show before Andy Devine?
Rush Limbaugh.
Rush Limbaugh is right.
No.
Jackie Gleason.
No. I don't know. If I'm not mistaken, I think the guy was in silent pictures towards the end.
Really? I remember Andy Devine was not the original one. Well, we could probably find out. We can look up Buster Brown and do a search.
Yeah. Oh, great show, man. Keep up the work.
Thanks, Pally. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
See, everybody's in a pretty good mood today. Even your friend Reverend Jones is in a good mood. He's bubbling over with fun.
We're all happy.
I'd like to see him bubbling over, as a matter of fact. I'd like to see the blood spurting from his
Earl and
mouth.
Peanuts. You know, they weren't funny.
It's a song about George's paycheck and Josh.
I get peanuts. Josh gets the shells.
Lawman, the lawman came with the sun.
Squirt.
There was a job to be done, and so they sent for the badge and the gun of the lawman.
Now, what does this say? It says, hurry, hurry, step right up and see the amazing Jacksons. 1 thin dime, 1/10 of a dollar is all it costs. See Michael, the 40-something flying, still thinks he's Peter Pan. Don't get too close, little boys. He might just snatch you up to his bedroom and play hide-and-seek with a teddy bear. Next, we have Janet, the one-breasted pop-singing diva. Close your eyes, kid, open your mouth, and you're in for a real treat. Then we have Jermaine, the Frankenstein watch kids, how only his lips move when he's speaking. I bet P.T. Barnum would have loved them Jackson, says Bob, in wherever the hell Bob is. Thanks, Bob. That's kind of cute. But is it germane to the case? That's the question.
German to the case.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Let's see if they really want to see any more naked pictures on our website. So in other words, you think we can't put any of them on there, right?
He mailed me the agreement. I'll fax it to you. We can talk about it. It's a subjective kind of thing, not unlike the FCC. So we'll see what we can see.
Well, what do you mean not unlike the FCC? The FCC doesn't. There are no regulations on nudity on the internet.
The agreement is very similar to the language that you find in FCC language, where it's like, well, what do they mean by that? That whole kind of thing. So.
Well, you and him battle it out, okay? You duke it out with the Duke. I don't want to get involved because then he'll call here, and if he calls here, I will jump out the window on a very high floor.
No battle. We'll do whatever. We'll do something or not.
We'll do something or not, right. Or we can just argue about it for 6 months. You know. 12:13 at 560 WQM. Boy, it's sure been great working with Eric. You know, he's been a real treat. Hey guys, last time you took a look at it, you decided it's just too small. It's so small, it's embarrassing. It doesn't impress women, doesn't even impress guys, and it certainly doesn't last as long as it used to. And of course, we're talking about your paycheck. Call Fast Train toll free at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN to start that new high-paying computer career. In just 4 short months, they can help you get you a new high-paying computer career and get a big fat paycheck that goes along with it. The demand for computer professionals is still growing, so call Fast Train today toll free. Be sure to mention Todd Dreck's name. They'll get a real hoot and holler out of that. Call 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. And with 7 locations in town, Fast Train's bound to have a campus close by where you live. They offer you job placement, financial assistance for people who qualify, and with day, night, and weekend classes, you have no excuses, no mo, to stay in a dead-end job working for peanuts. What do you say, peanuts?
Yeah.
If you register now, you can have that new high-paying career in just 4 short months. So call Fast Train today at 866-FAST-TRAIN or check them out on the web at fasttrain.com. Now you can have a real big, impressive one, just like Todd Dreck, a big fat paycheck. Call 1-866-FAST-TRAIN.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The Moon Man. All right.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a day for some strange behavior. But don't you dare mind, I'm out of my mind. It's a beautiful day in this beauty wood, a beautiful day to show wood. Won't you be mine and lift your behind?
Rectum.
It's so nice to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to do a little kid like you. So don't try to get up and just run away. Just stay a while so we can both play. Like you're behind, one nice behind, but don't you be a traitor. Oh, don't please, please don't be. Don't tell Mom and Dad, you traitor.
Hi, television neighbor. I'm glad we're together again.
Always thought he was a pervert, you know.
Did you?
You didn't?
I just didn't like him.
It was the sweater and the sneakers did it for me.
He died.
Namby-pamby.
Wimpy.
Condescending.
He was a great man. He was a great American. You don't know what you're talking about.
He was no Skipper Chuck.
I think he was a pervert.
Day for a neighbor. Would you be mine?
No.
Could you be mine?
There was a gun that won the West. There was a man among the best. The fastest gun or man alive. A lightning bolt when he blew that Colt 45.
Colt 45, not to be confused with 38 Special.
Okay.
My good close personal friend Alan Paris, who needs a life out there on the West Coast. Get with it, Alan. He says Smiling Ed McConnell was the radio host of the Buster Brown Gang, and you are absolutely correct, sir. He was also the voice of Froggy the Gremlin, who went, hiya, hiya, kids, hiya, hiya. Like that. Hiya, hiya. It was kind of like an early day Pharrell. Hiya, hiya, kids. Smiling Ed McConnell, and of course, he croaked, I do believe. And then Andy Devine, then he croaked. There's a lot of that going around. Oh, Scalia flew as guest on Cheney's plane. I do need to mention a few of these things. Drop them in here, in between all the merriment and funny stuff. Because this is enough to really piss you off again, get you in a sour mood once again.
Sneak it in.
Yeah. Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia traveled as an official guest to Vice President Dick Cheney's on a small government jet that served as Air Force Two when the pair came last month to Patterson, Louisiana to hunt ducks. The revelation cast further doubts about whether Scalia can be an impartial judge in Cheney's upcoming case before the Supreme Court, legal ethics experts said. The hunting trip took place just weeks after the court agreed to take up Cheney's bid to keep secret the details of his energy policy task force. I've got a secret, that's the motto. In fact, I probably got that theme on here somewhere, too, without Gary Moore. I've got a secret, and that's the motto of the Bush-Cheney junta.
All right.
I told Jack Klugman, quit lighting up them faggots, man. Quit hanging around with them faggots. And he just kept smoking them and smoking them. Now he's like, not good. He's still alive, right?
I don't know. I'll ask Broken Brian.
Well, we'll
we got
find
that website, Dead or Alive, whatever it is.
Cheyenne, Cheyenne, where will you be camping tonight?
This is the first Hispanic cowboy, Chajan.
Lonely man, Cheyenne.
Not to be confused with the Cisco Kid.
Will your heart stay free and light? Dream, Cheyenne.
Speaking of dead.
People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end. People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a one-boy, cuddly toy, my up, my down, my pride and joy. People, let me tell you about him. He's so much fun. Whether we're talking man to man or whether we're talking sun to sun.
Now, this thing that you just faxed to me with the 61s.
Yeah, I checked it out. It's an anti-war Bush satirical kind of a thing. It's cute. Mecca Donald's. Some guy made it. It's
why does it have to have 61s in
it? He's funny that way.
I see. Well, needless to say, I'm not quite. Oh, here's another fax that verified. It was also from Alan Paris, who really needs to get busy out there doing something.
Jack Klugman
Smilin'
is still
Ed's
alive.
Buster Brown gang. What?
Jack Klugman is still alive.
Well, thank God.
He's 81.
Ran on radio 1944 to 52. Smilin' Ed's Buster Brown gang. Coming soon. I've got shoes. You've got shoes. Everybody's got to have shoes, but there's only one kind of shoe for me. Good old Buster Brown shoes. Right. You remember that, don't you? Of course not.
No.
Well, it's before all the good stuff came along, like Cheers.
Bronco, Bronco, tearing across the Texas plain. Bronco, Bronco, Bronco Lane.
Is this song about OJ? As soon as you hear, what? Word association, man. Bronco, OJ.
Right. No Tyler Moore.
Oh, can't stand it.
No, horrible theme, too.
Oh, She was like the Oprah Winfrey of sitcoms. No talent. And that Dick Van Dyke.
That big what?
Big Dick Van Dyke.
Big fat Dyke.
She's a real fetch, if you ask me.
Jesse James, Jesse James. He was cursed with a quick and reckless gun. Jesse James, and he played the game that no man ever won. Jesse James, but his killing turned him cold. He grew bitter, he grew bold, and he fought the world with a gold hungry gun. Gold hungry gun.
If you're in doubt about angels being real,
who played Gidget? Was that Patty Duke?
I can arrange to change any doubts
Who?
you feel.
What word did you say?
Gidget.
Gidget. I don't know who the original Gidget was.
He says, wait till you see my Gidget.
Sally Field was a Gidget.
You're gonna say she's all that you adore, but stay away. Gidget is spoken for, you're gonna find that Gidget is mine.
Increíble.
Here he comes. Here he comes. There's the trumpet, bang the drum. Here he comes. Hop along, Cassidy. Here he comes.
Now, you must remember William Boyd and Gabby Hayes, no?
No.
Oh, my God. And you think you know something about life? You
No.
don't remember Hoppy?
No.
Damn it.
I remember poppies.
20. That's what Gabby Hayes used to say. I Hoppy.
I Hoppy too.
I was waiting. What I like most about our website, neilrogers.com, is, out of 412 votes, listening to the show online, 109, as in PT, Barnum. Both pictures and stories, 50-50, 103. The polls, 53. The naked pictures, 49. The news stories, 47. I hated it's evil, 16. The silly noises, 13. The archives, 11, and the funny pictures, 11. Those archives, which people are always pestering us about, I don't think they're as big as some people would like us to believe. Although, keep in mind, we're asking, what do you like best?
Right.
Right?
Right.
Isn't that a good excuse?
Brian says that it was Sandra D. was the original.
Sandra D. was the original Gidget? Who was the original midget?
Me.
Did you tell me Hervé Villechaize committed suicide?
Yes.
Wow. He used like a small bullet? 27 past noon at 560 WQM. Well, that was kind of a low-caliber show anyway. Hey, I want to tell you a high-caliber joint, and that's Pizza Loft. Pizza Loft is the best in the business because when it comes to delicious food, everything cooked fresh to order. That's why it might take a couple of extra minutes because they don't want to bring you any like overcooked pasta. There's nothing worse than pasta that's like mushy and overcooked fat. Everything is cooked to order, so it's crisp and fresh and delicious, whatever the hell it might be. And they've got everything under the sun, every kind of pasta dish ever invented. They got chicken and veal, seafood, 3 different kinds of fantastic pizza, calzones, super subs, the best garlic rolls anywhere in the universe, guaranteed. Now let's see, it's Thursday. Thursday night is Bike Light at the Loft. Come on a motorcycle, buy one dinner, and get the second one for half price. And of course, the Pizza Loft does great catering too for as little as $5 per person for your next lunch or affair. You can eat it there, have it delivered, or stop by and take it home. Call 954-916-8880. Be sure and tell them that the Rimmers sent you by because it'll probably get them a few more free meals. Call 954-916-8880 for the world-famous Pizza Loft. It's in the Pizza Loft Plaza. Makes sense to me. Right on University Drive between Griffin and 595 behind Pier 1 Imports with loads and piles of free parking too. Pizza Loft, not the cheapest or the fastest, but the best anywhere as Jeff Cohn continues going strong after about 500 years.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
I knocked on doors and got a job at a small radio station in Miami Beach, Florida. I did everything. I did the board. I did jock. I did sports. I did news. I did everything. Cleaned up. I did everything.
Welcome to Larry King Live. Joining us tonight is Osama bin Laden. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, Osama,
yeah?
What time you got?
Let's see, 1:30 my ass.
So, this is your first appearance on American television, right?
Well, not exactly. I've been on this very network.
That's right. Well, that 9/11 thing's pretty much forgotten. Stop living in the past, right?
Of course. Not to mention, the Bush removed the American bases from salty soil as I wished.
So, all those warnings?
No, I got what I wanted.
So, how's that dialysis coming along?
I praise Allah for our Wahhabism that tells us not to wear pants. Lots of room for the bag, you see.
Yeah, nice. Okay, let's take a call from 2 Egg, Florida. What's the question?
Yeah, hi, Larry. I got...
The FCC, and Ed Anson doesn't care about the $27,000 fine. Pocket change for him, says Lana. Thanks for the good news, okay? So if you want to see a lot of boobs, just turn on to Channel 7. Or you already missed them today, but if you want to see the biggest boob in town, 10 o'clock, Channel 6. Rick Sanchez. Is he still on?
I don't know.
I bet she's hanging on. I bet she's hanging by his thumbs. Now, what have I got in here? Oh.
Marshall, Will, and Holly.
All right, Landon
on a routine expedition. Met the greatest earthquake ever known.
All right.
High on the rapids, it struck their tiny raft and plunged them down 1,000 feet below to the land of the lost.
Marlo Thomas, that's the clue.
That girl. I didn't
That
know
right.
the clue.
That right.
That girl there.
Hey, Marlo, this year keep Phil in a closet somewhere where they keep him in a broom closet. So don't start that needle crap again.
It's going to keep Phil in.
Put him back on MSNBC. There ain't nobody watching anyway.
Sigmund, you are a rotten sea monster.
Sigmund, you're through.
Scram! Get out of here.
Never heard of this.
Nothing like a day out on the beach when all it does is rain.
You ever hear of Sigmund and the Sea Monsters?
Watched it religiously.
You did not.
I did so.
You did?
That's right. Never missed
You
an
were the
episode. I'd buy the DVD collection, Born with Electric Woman and Dinah Girl. That one used to play.
Sounds a little like Beach Boy harmonies there in the background, didn't it?
Yeah.
That was Carl Wilson, I know it. WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Neil, I just wanted to thank you for telling me about the Wuhan.org webpage.
Right.
I was on it last night, and I was, applied to the Thanks for Bush campaign that's starting up. And
Right.
I talked to about 25 people, and they all did the same thing, and hopefully it'll help make a difference. And, who knows where we're going to go from here. But I wanted to ask you something.
Yes, sir.
As long as you're playing themes from old TV shows,
Mm-hmm.
is it possible to play the theme from Maverick?
I'm sure I got it on here somewhere. I'll find it.
How do you get those themes? I'm just curious. Is that just
Well, you can go into any music store, any record store, or any place where they got CDs, and they have in the TV section they'll have old all these old CDs, TV's greatest
Really?
hits. There's a whole series of them.
I haven't been to the TV store in years. I'm going to have to pay a visit. I think I'm losing touch with the
Well, stay out of Blockbuster, man.
Oh, I won't go there for anything. I haven't rented a tape in there in, geez.
Thank
like
God.
5-6 years. I either go to Hollywood Video or one of the local ones in my area.
Well, keep up the good work, Pally.
Okay, have a good day, Neil.
You too. I mean, I got to play a little bit of this, even though it's so patently obvious. You think it's just a coincidence that Tabitha's baby first of all, her name is Tabitha the Witch on Passions, and that her baby's named Endora? You think it's just a
No
coincidence?
relation whatsoever.
No. Like Luis and Miguel. What the hell is this?
Oh, the bananas.
No.
Banana splits.
Please don't eat the daisies.
Really?
How do you like that? And then, of course, we don't want to leave this out for all of our Rican listeners.
Chico and
Hey, Freddie, don't do it, Freddie. Come on. Oh, Jesus. You did it?
Jesus Christ.
How come you hate his son so much?
I don't
He never did nothing to you.
He bored me.
Chico, don't be discouraged.
Oh, it's Jose Feliciano.
Ain't so hard to understand.
I love Jose Feliciano, man. He is good. You know? Is he still alive?
Yeah, he is.
He's great. You don't think he's great?
I like him just fine.
I think he's muy excelente.
Has a hot wife. Ever see her?
No.
Neither is he.
Neither is he. Bad. Oh, I just got you playing it. Oh, that's the Banana Splits. I'm sorry. You're right. It is the Banana Splits. This is Please Don't Eat the Daisies. So sorry. I apologize, okay? Will you accept it?
No.
No. Never heard of it. You ever heard of it? Nope. Please Don't Eat the Daisies?
Nope.
Never heard of it. Did now, though.
Love American Style.
This could be one of the worst shows in the history of the universe. Oh.
And they showed Flush on that show.
Every out-of-work actor or actress in Hollywood who couldn't get any gig anyplace else wound up on this. It was like the Outcast show. The Retread show.
Same as Love Boat.
Let's hear it, the Love Boat. Don't know it? come on, you know it. The Ghost.
Sorry.
The Ghost and Mrs. Muir.
No. I've heard of the show. I never actually watched it.
No, I didn't even see that.
Honeymooners.
All right. Art Carney's still dead, by the way. Damn it. I told you, the great entertainers, they're all dead. Now we got Jerry Seinfeld and the nanny. That's all we got. Oh, speaking of that.
Soft and sweet, wise and wonderful, ooh, our mystical, magical Nanny. Since the day that Nanny came to stay with us,
Hey, we got topless pictures of her somewhere.
happening. Is there really magic in the things she does? Or is love the only magic thing that Nanny...
What did that come on here, Maverick? I'll find it. I've got, 1,000 of these. We can do this for months. Months and months. I think like almost 3 years we can do this. 20 till 1 at 560 WQM. I kind of enjoy it. It's a little nostalgic. And then, of course, the punks are, what's all this old crap, man? Hey, listen, you love it. Don't you kid me for a second. It's great. It's great from when your television was really useful and not just a bunch of silly-ass talking heads like Wolf Blitzkrieg and Greta Von Braun. God, what a pile of crap they got on there now. Oh, we got Janet Jackson's boobie. Great. Congratulations. We got the missing girl in Sarasota. You want to see that again? About 50,000 times. We got Janet Jackson's breast right here.
Well, congratulations. Get a life.
Exactly. Did we ever find out where Jennifer is? What's going on with her?
No, not lately.
We love you, Jennifer. 19 till 1 at 560 WQM. Enterex Diabetic is where it's at. It's a delicious meal replacement drink that tastes great, and the reason is because it has a Splenda instead of aspartame or saccharin, so it doesn't have that nasty aftertaste that lingers in your puss. Recommended by doctors and dietitians for people who can't sacrifice proper nutrition just because they're in a hurry. So whether you're diabetic or just looking for something that tastes great, that doesn't have all that sugar, this is the answer for you. Enterex Diabetic is a completely balanced nutritional supplement that provides all the essential vitamins and minerals needed for a healthy life, plus fiber, antioxidants, yet it's low in saturated fat and cholesterol. Enterex Diabetic is also gluten-free and lactose-free. An 8-ounce can provides 237 calories of easy-to-digest nutrition. You try it once, you'll never go back to that other crap you were drinking before. Pick some up today. It's all over town now. It's becoming more popular by the second. Pick it up at Sedano's, Navarro's, Eckerd's, Walgreens, Publix, CVS, local pharmacies all around the joint. And the makers of it are so sure you're going to really enjoy it that they're giving you away a free 2-pack. That's right, 1 vanilla, 1 chocolate, full-size samples. All you have to do is call that toll-free number, and it's yours free. Call 1-866-368-3739. Be sure and tell them that Neil sent you by for the delicious one, and they'll give you an additional special gift when you mention my name. Or you can also order online at enterexdiabetic.com. Click on free samples. Here's that toll-free number again. It's free. Call 1-866-368-3739.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
The world for concept with the economy of God. All hopeful wits wrote the doctrine, and Billy Crystal too. Once Vanguard Bush is through with you.
We'll see you in the showers, you self-hating Jew.
Peanut. Blueprint for ruling the world, for concept with the economy of God. Progress for a new American century, their version of Mein Kampf, for control of the world's economy.
The Saudis own Citibank, you stupid slob.
Peanut. Doctrine to dominate the world, for concept with the economy of God. Peanut.
1247 at 560 WQM. Bill's got a good fax here. It says, just a note about Al, this is my real hair Sharpton. Stone funded his political folly so we could get matching funds and hang around long enough to be a pain in the ass at the convention. It's the usual Southern strategy the Republicans use to firm up their Southern base, which of course is nothing but another way of saying racist. Lee Atwater pioneered this years ago. It used to be Jesse Jackson playing the stooge, but now good old Al fills in. Al's derogatory comments about Bush are meaningless because, A, he's black and the yahoos in the South aren't listening, B, he's black and full of it, and C, he's black. Politics 101, the Republicans are nothing but consistent. Well, Bill, don't worry about it. Like I said, he's small potatoes and nobody ain't paying attention to him now or any other time. Also, how about that new Dennis Miller show? If ever there was a Hall of Fame for sellouts, he would be inducted immediately. Good point, Bill. I thought I was going to say if ever there was a hell, he'd be there immediately, too. But don't say hell again. Little kids are going to be walking around saying hell, God damn it. Before we get back, because I'm having fun with this thing, I'm sure everybody else is too, and if not, too bad. I got a couple of things. Don't let me forget in the 1 to 2 hour. Maureen Dowd's column, Purity of the Powells, and, I love this, Lenora Skenazy from New York Daily News. Janet's got nothing on Budweiser is the headline. This following column's been previewed and approved for all genital audiences. Anyway, just a couple of short things I got to read. Got to do it. The Spirit of Christ compels me to do it. Justin Tinkerbell, speaking of that, there's only one thing he could say that would please me.
Bye, bye, bye!
But his family is offended by the Super Bowl and the whole deal. He's pissed off. Justin Tinkerbell said yesterday his own family was offended by his racy Super Bowl halftime duet with Janet Jackson, but he insisted he thought only her bustier would be revealed, not her breast, when he yanked at her costume. He yanked it and came off. Timberlake said in an interview with KCBS that he understood how unfortunate this is. Oh, brother. Oh, it's so unfortunate. You know what?
Yeah.
He added that he was frustrated that his character was being questioned. I do understand there were a lot of people that were completely offended by what happened, including my own family. And I think that's probably the part that's frustrating most for me, and completely, that's three completely is regrettable, he told KCBS outside the Staples Center where he was rehearsing for Sunday's Grammy Awards. Tinkerbell said he received a call before the show from Jackson and a choreographer saying they wanted to do a costume reveal. Now, I was under the impression that what was going to be revealed in the costume reveal was a red brassiere bustier, he said. The singer said he didn't have time to rehearse it before taking the stage, was stunned by the outcome. I mean, I was completely shocked and appalled, and all I could say was, "Oh my God, oh my God," he said, twice. The 1 second, when he said it just like that, by the way, I was going to say in the lower register, but that's exactly what he sounds like. Oh my God. Right. The 1 second flashing which revealed Jackson's right breast, clad only in a sun-shaped nipple shield to some 89 million viewers, has caused an uproar. Boy, this is the AP. What masters of understatement? I'm really sorry. Well, it's got all the other stuff. So Justin is pissed off and offended, and his family's pissed off. Yeah. Well said. Cindy says, great show, Neil. I love all these old show tunes. Well, thank you, Cindy. Thank you so much. Let's see. Bob Hope is still dead, but I just heard him tell Janet Jackson, thanks for the memory. Not bad. Sorry, Chronic Justin and Tinkerbell Lakes. Not listening, just monitoring. Oh, we have a lot of those, Justin. Thank you. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. You don't know this.
I married Joan. What a girl, what a world, what a life. Oh, I married Joan.
Jim Backus.
What a fine love is blind, what a wife. Do. Gideon Gay, all day she keeps my heart locked.
Gideon what?
Never know where her brain has flown. To each his own.
Now, what that was her name? Joan what?
Fleischman.
No, seriously, what the... Joan, what that was her name? I can't believe I forgot that. That's embarrassing. I'm so sorry. Remember. That goes way, way back. Joan Collins. Joni, huh?
Joni Loves Chachi.
Joni Loves Chachi. Boy, he's nasty looking. Man.
The bluest sky you've ever seen in Seattle, and the hills the greenest green in Seattle. Like a beautiful...
What is it?
Davis.
Oh, Joan Davis. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Baldy.
Full of hopes and full of fears, full of laughter, full of tears, full of dreams throughout the years in Seattle.
I remember Georgie Davis used to drive at Hazel Park in Northville Downs. His son, Stephen Davis, who can't drive his finger up his ass.
Here we come.
Jeez, I wonder what this is.
I don't know.
Get funniest looks from everyone we meet. Oh! Hey, little monkey.
I'm not dancing monkey.
We're too busy singing to put anybody down.
in spite of what you say, they did make some good music. I know they weren't musicians except for,
I like their music.
Peter, Dork. No, it was, Michael Nesmith was a musician. What?
Right. I like their music.
They made some good music.
Have all
I
the
mean,
records.
they couldn't sing for a schmidt.
That's why I watched Peter Clark.
What the hell is this?
I don't know. It sounds good.
Oh, it's the flying...
No.
Is that Sally Field?
Yeah, this is flying music.
Was that Sally Field?
Yes.
Oh, hey, Justin, here's some flying music for you. Just fly away, please. You little twerp.
Here's the story of a lovely lady who was bringing up three very lovely girls. All of them had hair of gold, like their mother, the youngest one in curls.
So I think Florence Henderson really did kinky things with the Western Oil? With Alice?
Didn't you?
I think so. Probably.
Family Affair.
All right.
All right. All right.
Never watched it.
It was
crap.
Quaint.
It was what?
Quaint.
Well, I'm not really acquainted with it because I
Mr.
never watched
French
it.
was funny. Sebastian
Oh,
Cabot
good.
was funny.
I'll take your word for it.
Partridge
Here we go.
Family?
This was a real show, baby. Something for everybody. Now, here's a group that could sing. Not. Oh, and I just wanted to mention this. Remember I told you yesterday I was watching the Biography Channel and they had Sal Minio's life on there?
Right.
And death. And Don Johnson, there was a movie he made with a very young Don Johnson and a rape scene, a violent rape scene in prison where Don Johnson was the rapee. Somebody was raping him. Yeah. A young, unbelievable-looking Don Johnson. And guess who else? Well, they didn't really speak to Don Johnson. He's too embarrassed. But you've heard those rumors about Don Johnson going all three ways?
Yeah, whatever.
Up, down, inside out. And guess who else they talked to who was good buddies with Sal Mineo? Well, let me give you a clue.
Not David Cass.
And it wasn't Shirley Jones.
No, it wasn't Susan Day.
It wasn't Danny DeBona douchebag.
No, it wasn't the two kids.
It wasn't Dave Madden. Or John Madden.
Was it his brother Sean?
Can I confess my just obsession in my younger days with David Cassidy? I hate to do that because the guy with the eyes probably would get jealous, but man.
He's got his body.
He sure had some pretty hair, I'll tell you that, David Cassidy.
It was fun.
Pretty mouth. Here you go. Jim Lang. I beg your pardon?
I don't know what that is.
Yes, you do. The dating game. I can't believe you.
That's the dating game? That
That's
ain't
the dating
original
game theme. Sure it is.
No. Maybe the newlywed.
No, this is the newlywed theme.
All right.
With that stiff-necked asshole Bob Eubanks.
Right. Well, then they had different dating games.
No,
What's with
wrong.
the right.
Wrong. I'll bet you Boca Brian's life on it. That's it.
All right. They must have spruced up the music later and changed it to that Tijuana Texas.
Get out of here. That was it, man.
All right.
You just don't know your horns, mister. It's one thing I know. I know my horns. Including Lena.
That ain't how I remember it.
5, 6, 7. Okay. Like I said, that wasn't it. I just made it
There
up.
could have been more than one theme. You know, sometimes shows change their theme.
No.
Lost in Space.
You're getting old, mister. You're getting old. Oh, it's really bad.
Two themes.
1256 at 560 WQM. If your mattress is getting old like George, although I'll tell you one thing, George at least has got a dial mattress, and so do I, and so does Boca Brian, and Miguel has got one, and you ought to see what he and his lovely wife are doing on it. We can't even describe it here on the air. And Fat Boy, what he's doing on it, well, somebody cleans it up, I guess. I beg your pardon?
He's sleeping on his.
Who is?
Fat Boy. Right now.
Is he really? I heard he's doing some other things.
Seeping.
Anyway, here's the answer. If you want the best mattress going, you know what style of mattress. Now, it's President's Day less than 2 weeks away, which means that the mall stores and showrooms, every year they do it. They run their big, phony mattress sales this time of the year. The ones where they double the price, then they chop it in half back to where it was in the beginning, and they say, hey, look at this, we're giving you half off. So if you want to be a fool and get sucked in, be my guest. But if you want to be smart, call Dial a Mattress. One easy call any day for the best prices in the world. 1-800-Mattress. No phony sales, no bait and swish, just everyday rock bottom prices, and they got them all. Whatever brand you love, they got it. Sealy, Serta, Simmons, King Coil, Tempur-Pedic, and now even Stearns and Foster Hewitt. Choose from dozens of models at low everyday discount prices. You can rest easy and enjoy a great night's sleep by making that one easy phone call. You don't even have to leave the house. Just call 1-800-Mattress, and Dial a Mattress still lets you choose that 2-hour delivery window that's convenient for you any day, 7 days a week from 8 in the morning till 10 at night. Dial a Mattress is super proud of their overall customer satisfaction record. When you use these people once, next time, like years from now when you need a mattress again, you'd never dream of going to those bedding and department stores and getting ripped off. So don't get sucked in by the phony ads. Do what we're all doing at QAM and what all the smart folks are doing. Make the one simple call, 1-800-Mattress. 1-800-MATTRES, or check them out online at mattress.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
The 1 to 2 hour.
Hi, folks. Dennis Miller here, and I'm standing here with President George W. Bush, the man I'm endorsing for re-election.
Hey, everybody.
Well, George here is doing a great job. I mean, you know, when it comes to getting it done, he makes Churchill look like Neville Chamberlain. Isn't that right, sir?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's my favorite basketball player.
Right, and President Bush really stands up to the terrorists. I'll tell you, better than the Democrats. I mean, come on. Those guys have the backbone of a nematode on muscle relaxers, okay?
Yeah, I think I used to lick nematodes back in my frat days.
And speaking of licking, George W. Bush is going to give the Democrats a bigger licking than Hooch gave Turner.
Well, I know what Hooch is, but who's Turner?
George W. Bush is going to turn this economy around faster than little Reagan's cranium in The Exorcist.
I didn't know Ronald Reagan was in that movie.
I mean, come on, I don't mean to go off on a rant here, but George W. is to proactive foreign policy what Heisenberg was to quantum physics, okay?
I was always good at phys ed.
So please, folks, come November 2004, vote for George W. Bush. Trust me on this one. You'll be happier than Reuben Studdard with a fistful of Ponderosa coupons.
I think I get that one.
Oh, good.
Paid for by the surprising new friends of George W. Bush.
It's a minute past 1 at 560 WQM. Happy Thursday to you. Mad Dog at 2, the Humper and the Royal Caribbean Golf Tournament. This afternoon, they're going to be whacking some balls around. Let's see. Here's a fax that says tonight at 10 p.m. on Channel 2, Frontline is rebroadcasting the documentary on porn. I don't know if you saw it, but it's a real fly opener. I'll be watching with both hands, it says.
Squirt, squirt.
Here.
Did
you like that?
Still want an answer on that Rick Sanchez show?
On Rip Torn?
Yeah.
Oh, Rick Sanchez, yes.
WTVJ, 10 a.m., Monday through Friday.
What did I say before?
Before what?
Before you said that. Anyway, yeah, so in other words, he's still on the air. Mark it down. We'll see how many days that's going to last.
It's
how many more days?
About 30, man.
How many more hours can they handle? Oh, I know that. And like I said, I lasted maybe 4 minutes at tops that one day. Oh, geez. I mean, Rick, come on, sweetheart. Get serious. Work-study job at Hooters criticized in Guyton, Georgia. I told you, Georgia and Kansas, man, they need to be, like, cut out of the U.S. map physically and discarded into the ocean. A high school senior's choice for a work-study job was a little bit too racy in the eyes of her superintendent. Laura Williams, 17, took a job about a month ago as hostess at a Hooters restaurant, the national chain known for its scantily clad waitresses.
Oh!
Superintendent Michael Moore, no, not that one, has asked Williams to quit, saying the job is not appropriate for a work-study program. I have questions in my mind because of the advertising and sexual connotations, he said. But Larry Williams said he doesn't mind his daughter working at the restaurant. In fact, Larry Williams said she might even meet short, fat Fanny there. Remember Larry Williams?
No.
Different one. He planned to appeal to the school board, argued that his daughter should be allowed to keep her job. I went to Hooters for an hour, and 6 families came for supper during that time. This is a chain restaurant with high standards. What's wrong with you people, man, in Guyton, Georgia? Shame on yous. Damn. And it just shows here she's cleaning the table. She's dressed just fine. She's not walking around with, like, pasties and a G-string, stuff like that yet. What's wrong with these assholes? Oh, and speaking of that, here's Maureen Dowd's column. Purity of the Powells. Washington is in the virtue business this week. Center stage is a riveting father-son drama. No, not that one. At the FCC, Michael Powell is trying to save America's virtue, while over at the State Department, his father Colin is trying to save his own virtue. They're both obsessing about something that should have been there, but suddenly wasn't. The son demanded an explanation for Janet Jackson's missing material, while the father wrestled with an explanation for Saddam Hussein's missing material. The Sun opened an inquiry into something everybody had already seen as the father defended his speech making the case for war based on something nobody has seen. Who could have guessed that Saddam's WMD would be less scary than Ms. Jackson's pierced metal sunburst, a weapon of mammary destruction aimed at CBS chairman Les Moonves? Or as Jon Stewart points out, that a government so reluctant to investigate intelligence lapses is so eager to investigate a breast lapse. Asked in a Washington Post interview on Monday whether he would have recommended an invasion if he'd known that Iraq had no weapons, the Secretary of State replied, "I don't know," adding that the absence of a stockpile changes the political calculus, it changes the answer you get. But the words had barely left his mouth before furious White House aides forced Mr. Powell to eat them. Just as Janet Jackson had to repent for revealing too much, so did the top diplomat. Secretary Powell had to go out and clarify his remarks to reporters, telling them the war was justified even if weapons are never found. Rummy stuck to his Orwellian guns, telling Congress yesterday that just because we don't find the weapons doesn't mean they're not there, or as postmodern professors say, absence is presence. At least Ms. Jackson, like David Kaye, had the grace to say, unfortunately, the whole thing went wrong in the end. Once more, Colin Powell was left trying to square being a good soldier with preserving what's left of his reputation, his twin concerns, wanting everyone to think he's a man of purity and not wanting to fight a battle he might lose, have come into fatal conflict because of Iraq. The younger Powell failed to appreciate the consequences of not curbing big media companies gobbling up rivals. Colin Powell failed to appreciate the consequences of not curbing Dick Cheney, Rummy, and Wolfie as they gobbled up foreign policy. The Sun vowed in 2001 that he would be patient with cultural excesses. I don't want the government as my nanny. I still have never understood why something as simple as turning it off is not part of the answer, he said back then. But here he is, the biggest nanny in government since William Bennett, starting a little culture war to improve his ratings. The FCC asked CBS for a Super Bowl halftime tape to determine whether standards were violated. What, the FCC can't pop for a TiVo? Next, the FCC will ask the CIA to provide satellite photography of the rogue bustier. The Janet and Justin show was unbelievably tawdry, but also unbelievably banal. Another rehearsed pseudo-shock that the media and not the government gladly play along with. Isn't it the power of social opprobrium in a free society enough? It's already out of control. Ms. Jackson lost her spot as a presenter at the Grammys, and NBC's affiliates forced the network to take out a scene from last night's episode of ER because a breast was exposed for a second and a half. It was the breast of an 80-year-old woman dying of a heart attack. Sizzle, sizzle. Besides, should all the indignation be about a wardrobe malfunction when there were all those icky ads financing our annual festivities of testosterone about erectile dysfunction? One feather I know tried telling his curious 10-year-old son the ads were about electile dysfunction. Michael Powell should stop interfering where he doesn't belong. Colin Powell should start interfering where he does belong. The Secretary should get off the sidelines where the Vice President and Pentagon banished him and stop waiting for them to fail so he can be vindicated. He should get more involved in rescuing Iraq from chaos. The Hawks' war to make Iraq free and secure is slowly descending into anarchy and ethnic conflict. That's indecent. Writes the always brilliant Maureen Dowd. You go, girl. Nice going.
Yes.
Should I read one more quick?
Okay.
Well, I'll get the other one out of the way, then we can have fun and games.
All right.
Don't that sound good? This is Lenore Skenazy in the New York Daily News. She says, the following column has been previewed and approved for all genital audiences. Oops, did I say genital? I meant general. Hey, it was completely unscripted, unforeseen vocabulary malfunction. Don't sick the FCC on me. But now that we're talking about body parts, how about that Super Bowl? Janet's peekaboob may be getting all the attention, and how do you think her other boob feels? But actually it was just one brief entry in the evening's gala salute to sexual humiliation. Shaken, shattered, and shaved, that's how CBS served up All-American Manhood on Sunday, and much of the credit must go to Budweiser, which seems single-handedly to have invented a new marketing strategy. Buy our beer and something terrible will happen to your Who's It. In one ad, for example, man number one has his dog fetch a Bud Light, then asks his friend, what can your dog do? Whereupon man number two's dog chomps onto man's number one privates, causing him to relinquish his beer and presumably any hopes of having children. Makes me scared to get anywhere near a Bud, and I don't even have a you-know-what, says Lenore. Working that emasculation magic for all it's worth, another Bud ad features Cedric the Entertainer sauntering into what looks like a massage parlor, only to learn too late that he's in for a bikini wax. Oh, painful and girly, 2 points. As for the ad where the carriage horse pulling a romantic couple cuts more cheese than Kraft, what can I say? Sure, it reinforces the crucial pass and gas Papa Bud connection, but it delivered no real crippling sexual consequences. How did CBS let it slip in? Perhaps next year the horse can mistake part of the man for a carrot. Luckily, the ad in which a monkey puts the moves on a major babe makes up for any dip in Bud's deviancy level by suggesting that a guy who leaves his girlfriend on the couch may face serious competition from a primate. Message, drink Bud, lose out to a monkey. These ads were interspersed with about 1 million more for ED drugs, not to be confused with LED drugs, which make your penis light up, One even warned viewers to call the doctor if their erection lasted more than 4 hours. And then, of course, there was the halftime show, which featured so much bumping and grabbing, most men were left wondering, am I the only one without a 4-hour erection? It's enough to make you a guy grab a beer, or a Levitra, or never mind. Pretty good column by Laura Skenazy in the Daily News. Isn't that cute? Mm-hmm. It was cute, enough to make him grab something. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Starting to see a little bit of slacking off now. I think they've finally seen Janet's booby enough. Still heavy-duty response on there, but probably all 6 billion people on the planet have visited our website once and seen enough. What I like most about NeilRogers.com is we have 521 votes. Added to the 284 we had in the first poll is what? 7? It's 805. See? We'll just calm it down a little bit. Both pictures and the story is 50-50, 129. Listening to the show online, 122. The poll, 75. The naked picture, 64. The news story, 63. I hated its evil, 23. The archive, 17. The silly noises, 16. And the funny pictures, 12.
Everybody knows in the second life we all come back sooner or later. As anything from a pussycat to a man-eating alligator.
Absolutely.
What kind of a fag caught that notion up?
Go on.
Sorry.
Jay Stewart was the announcer. Monty Hall was the host.
Let's make a deal?
Yep.
Hold up in the Bronx, Brooklyn's broken out in fights. There's a traffic jam in Harlem that's backed up to Jackson Heights. There's a scout troop short a child, cruise just
Car 54. Here we go.
Car 54, where are you?
Yay. Soap opera. All my... I bet you Freaky Carlos at the front desk is squeezing it right now. He's probably yanking on them rings.
Is that the one Susan Lucci's on?
It's Coochie Coochie. It stars Susan Lucci. The show sucks, and so does Susan. And so does Freaky Carlos. And now that you mention it. Horrible show. Just absolutely the worst piece of dreck. Believe you me, I know my soap operas, mister.
I trust you.
I'll stick with a little tiny bit of Guiding Light and Passions. That's where it's at. The lovely Sheridan. By the way, she's going to get another jolt today. She's getting the juice. And one of these days, Whitney's going to tell Eve something. One thing about that show is they just keep purposely dragging it out just to aggravate and frustrate the audience. They love it. It's like an S&M thing, and the audience is on the M side. We're all masochists. And how about that Luis and Miguel? 12 minutes past 1 at 560 WQM. Hey, if you've got a job that really isn't paying you squat, if your paycheck is so puny and tiny it looks like Todd Dreck's penis, here's the answer for you. Get yourself a real career and a big fat one that goes along with it. George likes a big fat one. In fact, he's probably puffing on one right now. Call Fast Train toll free and change your life. Call 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. Rumor I'm hearing is that Todd Dreck has got pigs have like those corkscrew penises.
Yeah, curly.
He opens up wine bottles with it. Call Fast Train at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN to start that new high-paying computer career in just 4 short months. Fast Train can help you out in getting you a new high-paying computer career and changing your life for the better forever. And the demand for computer professionals is still growing, so pick up that phone and call them today at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. 7 Fast Train locations all around town, so there's bound to be a campus close by you. And they actually do have a campus, unlike UM. Fast Train offers job placement, financial assistance for those who qualify. With day, night, and weekend classes, there's no excuse to stay in a crappy, meaningless, dead-end job no mo. And if you register now, you can have that new high-paying career in just 4 short months by June, no less. So call Fast Train, and now you can have a big, impressive paycheck that will stretch a long way. Call 1-866-FAST-TRAIN or check them out on that wicked web at fasttrain.com.
Live and local. This is 560.
The radio's all yours now.
QAM.
I don't believe it. Look at that girl. She's a big-name beauty who's appeared in movies, and you've seen her in the picture show. Yeah, I saw Ghost. Bruce Willis is her hubby, and she's got a little baby that she brings to the studio. Right. She makes all kinds of dough to buy all kinds of clothes, but the clothes she doesn't wear are the clothes that are painted on the girl who's naked on the cover of the Vanity Fair. Vanity Fair. Demi Moore is naked on the cover. Fair. With a suit that's made from watercolor. Fair. Is it truth or is it dare? On the cover of the Vanity Fair.
That's a very, very good paint job. I think I'll take her part.
I got a great big passion for her skin-tight fashion, 'cause she's gone out on a limb. She got a body by Sherwin-Williams, and they even did the trim.
She got a pinstripe bosom and lapels go with them, and she's looking so debonair. Oh, so beautiful.
But you ain't seen nothing like the extra buttons on the cover of the Vanity Fair. Vanity Fair. Naked on the cover. Fair. With a nerve like that, you gotta love her. Fair. You excuse me if I stare at the cover of the Vanity Fair. On the cover of the Vanity Fair. Demi Moore is naked on the cover. Fair. Bought an extra copy for my bride. I want one. Completely bare on the cover of the Vanity Fair.
Oh,
it's a
right.
movie,
She's right
baby.
there in the cover, man, looking so beautiful, smiling. She ain't even pregnant this time.
118 at 560 WQM. So, Eric, did you discuss the minuscule amount of cash he's making from those banner ads?
It's been discussed before.
Yes. Well, I think I'd be more than happy to replace that so we can have the website be the way we want it to be.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Because it's basically a losing proposition. Uh-oh.
My favorite thing.
Bill Bixby's still dead, by the way. We all like Bill Bixby.
And
But
Ray
unfortunately, he decided to die. How about Ray Walston? He died too, didn't he?
He died too.
Oh, Christ.
What?
I sure hope they didn't go to hell. What the hell is this?
I don't know. It's another soap opera?
Well, kind of a nighttime soap opera. Peyton Place. Remember Sandy Peyton's Place? Oh! I hate this show, and you like it.
Yeah, pardon.
You don't really like that show.
Yeah, I do.
You just say that to aggravate me.
So you have to be able to answer a few of the questions to like it.
The answer is, it sucks. I prefer to squeal a fortune myself.
Yeah, no,
okay?
it's real easy.
What could this be?
I don't know. Let me guess.
Was this Mary Cartman? I think that was really the forerunner of Passions, if you ask me.
Hogan's Heroes.
Excellent.
You understand to be double track of everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Gentle Ben. Don't remember Gentle Ben?
No.
I don't either.
No, I don't.
Was Gentle Ben like an animal? Was that like
I
a
assume
Ben
it was
Cartwright?
a bear or
I think Gentle Ben was a bear. Oh, speaking of being bear.
Or a thermometer.
This is the theme from the first show about hemorrhoids. Gomer's Pile.
Shazam!
I can't stand him, man. He just leaves me limp.
One of yours.
That's what Rock Hudson used to say, too. That Jim Neighbors leaves me limp.
After about an hour.
I heard it was only 15 minutes. Oh, brother. Yeah. Or is it? Oh, there it is. Nobody's going to know this. Skippy the Bush Kangaroo? Never heard of it. Did you hear that?
A skip?
Maybe that's why they called it Skippy. You dirty rat patrol.
Deep inside the forest,
Grizzly
there's
Adams.
a door into another land. Here is our life and home.
Now, who is that? Like Judy Collins or one of them folk type singers?
Very armpit dice.
We are
Who?
Nothing.
Oh, look at
I
that.
don't know.
Oh, don't tell me that's the last. I think that's where this one dies. Oh. Yeah.
I don't know.
12 o'clock.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hiya, Howie.
So I was right. That's where the other one, the only good news is, though, don't have any fear. What did the guy want to hear, Maverick?
That's what he wanted.
Can't find it yet. I got it. I'll bet your life on it that I got it. Big finish. Here we go.
All right.
And
Captain K, your favorite. Boring.
He died.
now the best part of it is I'm lost. You know what I mean?
I'll fax you your address. Voyage to the bottom of the sea. Sea lad. Sea hunt. See this.
Time tunnel.
Oh, well.
With the marginal James Darren.
Rascals.
Now, what did you just say, voyage what?
To the bottom of the sea.
Oh, there it is.
I love that sonar sound. Let's go to sleep to that.
Now, was Floyd Bridges sniffing glue during this or what? In fact, that was my favorite line from that movie, Airplane.
I picked a bad day to quit sniffing glue.
That was it. You're not going to believe this. Remember that fact somebody had earlier about Doctar?
Doctari?
What I call it?
Doctar.
Doctar. There it is, Doctari. Better take a quick call or two here. They're going to start getting psychotic. Here's line 9, QAM. QAM. Oh, and look at that.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. It said we're not connected. Now, how can that be? No, we're not.
Really?
Oh, George, can you believe
Oh,
this?
no.
One moment, please. There's no dots, George.
Uh-oh.
No dots. Let me try it again.
Well, we got internet.
Well, then the dots will come back. Okay, we just maybe it just took a long rest there. But in the meantime,
Woody. What did you say, Mike Lansing? Walter Lansing?
No dots, man. But the good news is they just came back. WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil. How are you today?
Okay, sir.
I love what you're doing this afternoon. This is great. And this relates to it a little bit, that I have a major obsession with Kitty Carlisle and Bess Meyerson, if you remember those.
Sure. Kitty Carlisle was on 8 million different panel shows, including What's My Line and To Tell the Truth, and Bess Meyerson was on The Big Payoff. And have a great day. Wow. I don't know what happened to him. When I said The Big Payoff, I think he got his own big payoff. Randy Merriman and Bess Meyerson, right?
Right.
You don't remember that. They used to give away mink coats.
Agreeing with everything.
Long before you were even born, before you were even an idea. 27 after 1 at 560 WQM. If you got an idea of buying a new car or truck, well, do something smart and save yourself a lot of cash by visiting Armstrong's Toyota of Homestead. They're on US 1, just 20 easy minutes south of the 836. And Armstrong's Toyota of Homestead is worth the drive no matter where you live to save yourself a whole potload of cash on a great new Toyota. Check out these unbeatable prices. They got an 04 Corolla waiting for you, loaded, including air, that you own for just $12,990. An 04 Camry with air, automatic, and lots more, just $16,990. Need a truck? How about an 04 Toyota Tundra, the safest truck in the country, from just $14,990. And when you buy your new vehicle at Armstrong's Toyota of Homestead, you'll get a free Sun Pass. These were the first guys in the area to offer you free batteries and tires for life. General Manager David Fatrich and his staff will do whatever it takes to put you in a great new Toyota today. Experience the Armstrong Toyota of Homestead difference. They're locally owned and operated, and they're committed to making you happy with 100% customer satisfaction. Service department is even open late, weeknights to late, to make sure that your service work is done and done right. They're easy to get to. US 1 and 293rd Street in Homestead, just 20 easy minutes south of the 836. So if you're up to your ears, if you're fed up with those mega dealers who overpromise and always seem to underdeliver, then call David Rich, the GM at Armstrong's Toyota of Homestead at 305-242-3247. 305-242-3247 for Armstrong's Toyota of Homestead. Drive a little bit and save a whole lot on that brand new Toyota.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Know that the Lord even loves Neil Rogers.
Jesus Christ for extra strength, Dexedrine.
When you're getting crucified, the last thing you need is a headache. There's so much pressure. Hanging around with the whole world's sins weighing on your shoulders. And then some gladiator sticks a spear in your side. Yeah! Jesus Christ, that hurts. So when this thorny crown feels like a vice around my head, that's when I reach for Dexedrine. Well, I don't reach for it.
Hey! Anybody got any Dexedrine? Hey, Judas! Could you throw a couple into my mouth? Come on, I'm the Savior, for Christ's sake!
Extra strength Dexedrine. Because a headache is a heavy cross to bear.
132 at 560 QM. The reason I play that is this fax from Alex in Miami, who says, just another example of censorship and bullshit that we have to endure from all these religious freaks and goyim living in the good old USA. Mel Gibson's reportedly decided to delete a controversial scene in which the Jewish high priest calls down a kind of curse on the Jewish people from his film The Passion of Christ. Due to the pressures placed on him from the various religious groups opposed to the movie, can anybody say communism? Can anybody say just don't go see it if you don't like it? Thanks, Neil. Love your show, too. You've really shaped my views on things and my thing, too. I'm shaping Alex's thing. Well, that's good. Maybe pretty soon it'll look like a real one, Alex. Just keep working on it. 5670560. Oh, look at this. Here's some good news from Georgia. Finally got some good news from Georgia. Maybe someday they might even end segregation there, but not too soon.
Don't get crazy.
Cox will recommend evolution stay in curriculum. See, Don Cox went to that heaven, that party heaven. Didn't he?
Party. Yeah.
I can't believe, well, I mean, I can because he, had his problems, but it's just hard to believe that Don Cox died, you know?
Yeah, that was...
And Mike Ranieri.
Not expected.
Oh. Well, what do you mean not expected?
You know, when somebody's like old, like 60.
Oh, just wait, mister. State School Superintendent Kathy Cox announced today she will recommend that the word evolution be retained in Georgia's proposed curriculum for middle and high school students, science students or whatever. Be retained. I made the decision to remove the word evolution from the draft of the proposed biology curriculum in an effort to avoid controversy, but that would prevent people from reading the substance of the document itself, Cox said in a statement. Instead, a greater controversy ensued. Cox had proposed the phrase biological changes over time, a term that scientists derided as meaningless, be used instead. I'm here to tell you that I misjudged the situation. I want to apologize for that. A lot of people apologizing. I want you to know today that I'll recommend to the teacher teams that the word evolution be put back in the curriculum, to which we say,
all right.
Thank God, okay, for evolution. Although it's working very slowly in Georgia. Maybe that's why she wants to yank it out.
Hey, kids, what time is it?
Here we go. This show could not be on air today. You know that?
Oh,
you can't say duty. Well, that makes us feel like duty. Oh, don't say it.
And boys and girls at home and kids in the gallery, let's go!
What was Howdy Doody made out of?
Duty. You're starting to sound like Mr. Bluster now. He was a swinging guy. Swinging cat in the jungle, man.
I'll take your word for it.
Tarzan.
Oh. Tarzan what?
That was it.
The movie?
No.
That's not very Tarzan.
We had a Tarzan show. Was that the one with Ron Ely in it or something like that?
Ron Ely.
Listen to my story about a man named Jed, a poor mountaineer.
Oh, this is the ersatz version.
And then one day he was shooting at some food and up.
Well, it's the best I can do for right now. I'm sure I got the other one.
Oil, that is.
Robin Hood?
Robin Hood, riding through the glen.
Okay, can we say Friar Tuck? Can we say that?
No, anymore.
Feared by the bad, loved by the good. Robin Hood.
Or we got the new version called Robin in the Hood.
Hattiesburg Junction?
Yeah.
Come and ride the little train that is rolling down the tracks to the junction.
You know, when I hear themes from those shows, it makes me think of Lutz.
Yeah.
And Two Egg. And Tampa. Calm down, Howard.
Rectum.
Even Mr. Ripple knows there ain't nothing worse than a rawhide. Well, I get that finger moving fast or what?
There lived a man named Master Son. He wore a cane and derby hat. They called him Bad Master Son.
How you doing, Bat?
Hello. I'm Mr. Ed. A horse is a horse, of course, and no one can talk to a horse, of course. That is, of course.
Now, what was his name? Alan what? Funk?
Mr. Ed. Go
Alda?
right to the source and ask the horse.
Alan.
He'll give you the answer that you
I don't know.
endorse. He's
And Mr. Red?
on a steady course.
Spoke with Rhino now.
Joan Davis. Alan.
Ludden. Yak the street and waste your time a day. But Mr.
Come on, Brian.
Ed will never speak unless he has something to say. A horse is a horse, of course, of course.
Who is the tall, dark stranger there?
Alan Young.
Maverick is the name.
Excellent.
Riding the trail to who knows where. Luck is his companion. Gambling is his game. Smooth as a handle on a gun. Maverick is the name.
Now, I'm thinking this one might be the theme for Kerry's campaign. Ever see John Kerry and Herman Munster together?
No.
Same person. This is the great facts that you just sent.
Mm-hmm.
Play one for me, Neil. How about the theme from the TV series Combat? Thanks, George W. Bush. All right. Yeah. He likes that combat. As long as somebody else is doing a combatant, if you catch my drift. Sounds like Wagon Train. Who's that on the bat line? Hello?
Tell Mr. Boca Brian he's absolutely wrong. It was Alan Rocky Lane, the voice of Mr. Ed.
No, but the guy who played the character, not the voice of Mr. Red.
Oh, I thought you were looking for
Boy,
okay,
you are.
Go. Okay,
makes me feel like Duty. Howdy, Duty.
Well, it was a great show. Hey, by the way, remember
Yes?
Phineas T. Bluster had a brother. Do you remember what his name was?
No.
Me neither.
I remember Beulah the Witch.
Oh, sure. Hey, you mentioned that.
Beulah the Witch was on Kukla, Fran, and Ollie, though, right?
Right. Sunday, I bought a 9-volume set of Kukla, Fran, and Ollie.
All right. And I got my matching Howdy Doody set in the other room. I'll swap you one day.
All right.
All right. See you, Suds.
Okay, bye.
Bye. What a great guy, Suds Coleman, man. A tremendous guy, which, of course, is why he's sitting there listening to the radio now and not working. You know, it's very sad. Very sad. People with no talent whatsoever, they got a job, and Suds is sitting there letting his wife do all the work. Well, that's not a bad idea.
Right. Wish I could do that.
Alan Young was the guy on Mr. Ed, and of course Alan Alda was the horse's ass. 20 till 2. Well, Alan Alda was on MASH, and you like that show, and just about everybody else does, or they pretend they did. I didn't like MASH. I'm sorry.
I liked it early on. Of course, I watched it like in the third run syndication.
I kind of like home fries better myself, unless there's a lot of gravy. 20 till 2 at 560 WQM. Guys, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Hope you're not thinking about giving the same old tired flowers. Good golly. Unless you're planning on getting the same old whatever it is she gives you, as in nothing. Here are 3 words that you need to remember. Vermont Teddy Bear. You send her a beargram at work, the love lover boy bear, the love bandit bear, or the new all-star Valentine dressed like a sports fan. When it arrives, she'll be completely surprised, and all of her coworkers will think you're the greatest guy for sending such an original, thoughtful, neat gift. Then maybe she'll give you the gift that you're hoping for. Just call 1-800-829-BEAR, and the Friendly Bear Council will help you choose the perfect bear for your Valentine, delivered with a free chocolate in their famous gift box. It only takes 5 minutes to order, and overnight delivery to home or office is guaranteed. You give her a nice box, and she might give you one, too. Call 1-800-829-BEAR or shop online at VermontTeddyBear.com. Send your Valentine the creative alternative to flowers which are dead in just a matter of hours, and the bear, of course, lives on. Call 1-800-829-BEAR, 1-800-829-BEAR, and tell them that cranky old Neil told you to call.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
God, Neil.
He's back in jail, re-singing his classic hits for his latest release. It's Glenn Campbell, live from the Maricopa Dunes.
I'm an old drunk cowboy. When I can't see the lines, I start weaving all over the road. By the time I find my penis, I'll be sober. In the Tombs, I have a cellmate. His name's Jerome. Gaviscon, honey, Gaviscon. Out my butt, the gas keeps blowing. My green underwear is now glowing. I'm doing time in Maricopa County. I'm mixing booze with Lexapro. I was a big star, but now I'm just a washed-up cranky old asshole.
Glenn Campbell.
I want to douse him with lighter fluid and set his ass on fire. That's just how much I hate Dick Van Dyke.
Rectum. Yes, Glenn Campbell re-sings his all-time greatest hits live from the Maricopa Dunes. Available wherever cigarettes are traded.
145 at 560. WQM Mad Dog coming up at 2. I'm going to tell you, hit the jackpot.
Who is a tall, dark stranger there? Maverick is the name. Ride in the trail to
Told you I had it.
where luck is his companion. Gambling is his game. Smooth as a handle on a gun. Maverick is the name.
Oh!
Wild as the wind in Oregon. Blowing up a canyon. together, oh, keep the Addams Family.
And you remember the one that wouldn't play on the other disc?
Yeah.
The Virginian?
Right.
Well, see, when you got about a whole bunch of these,
About 30, man.
sooner or later you find it. This is what started this whole Simmons Today was this, with Doug McClure.
The West Virginian.
Now, I gotta confess, I like Doug McClure. He was just a fine young man. But the show that really just had me standing on top of the counter.
Old Smoky?
No.
Yeah, I know.
I really had the hots for Fred McMurray. No, I mean, Don Grady.
Uncle Charlie.
Yeah, Uncle Charlie did it for me, I'll tell you that.
Squirt, squirt.
And Don Grady was banging Ferris Fawcett. So they said.
We have a bit about this.
We do?
My Three Illegitimate Sons. I don't know what it sounds like.
Well, it may be coming up after the next break. You never know. I don't even know what this show is. You?
I can barely hear it.
The Rebel?
No.
Well, it's it'll get there.
Johnny Yuma was a rebel.
Sounds like Johnny Cash to me.
Through the West.
Could be.
Johnny Yuma.
Oh, no wonder he died. Oh, Johnny Yuma. The Rebel. I'm sure glad I missed that show. Oh, talk about saccharine. It's the Donna Reed Show. Starring Greg. And Mo.
Absolutely.
And Lou. And a cast of unmentionables. Where is this? Do you hear anything?
I heard a little bit. And that was it.
Ooh.
Peter Gunn. Duh.
Oh! Now, the interesting part of it is a lot of these shows, the theme was much, much better than the show ever was. Not this one, though.
Fever.
Hey, I used to have these thin plastic black belts, you know, just like Wally. Oh, that's right, I put it at a million times.
Should have saved one. Can't get that Joe Hall. Oh, what is this? I remember.
Get your kicks on.
It was 66.
Did I ever tell you about Jane Orr?
No. Jane or who? Dennis the Menace.
In fact, next time, since you are in the Tanner building, next time Tanner's in the building, ask him about Jane Orr.
It is a Tanner building.
He'll tell you some tales.
Really?
Uh-oh, don't tell me this isn't going to go past it. Now, this is interesting. Maybe it's my players here. Why does it say error? Because this is bought right from the goddamn store. Is there something going on here that I don't know about?
I don't know. Maybe it's a Canadian thing.
Huh?
Maybe it's a Canuck thing.
I think it's a communist plot, if you ask me. Anyway, 5670560. You might take a call or two before we're done, but I doubt it. Now, did Eric ever, get back to you on your little message board there, on your Ouija board?
No, I think he missed it. I'll talk to him after the show.
Well, you confabulate with him and see,
Yes, I will. Yes.
get a price. Let's start taking care of Eric, and you can pay, I can pay him
Josh can pay him.
Josh can pay him a reasonable amount every month, and get that Bannerad crap off of there. We don't need that, and we don't need all those restrictions. We want to have like a wild and fun and crazy and great website. Not when it's, I read those restrictions, man. That's enough to make me want to gag. Sounds like something that came from Michael's Powell's bowels.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Were you drudge packing? And now, it's time for Leave It to Ozzy, starring Barbara Billingsley as June Cleaver, Hugh Beaumont as Ward Cleaver, and the irrepressible Ozzy Osbourne as the Oz.
Oh, good morning, Ozzy.
Oh, you, Mom.
Oh, dear. I can see someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Oh, God, bloody hell. I can't believe how much my head hurts. Where the is Sharon? Sharon!
Who's Sharon? Is that one of your friends from school, dear?
Good morning, Ozzy.
Oh, you, Dad. Get out of my face.
Now, Ozzy, that's no way to talk to your father. Say, son, what have you got planned for today?
What do you mean, what have I got planned for today? What? I don't know. Since when's the Prince of Darkness have to hand out a f***ing itinerary? I'm gonna go bite the head off of that boss at Eddie Hoskell. How's that? Oh.
You have fun now, okay, Ozzy?
Yeah, sure, whatever. Go f*** yourselves.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Leave It to Ozzy. Tune in next week when you'll hear Ozzy say,
I'll be a f***ing
156 at 560. Well, I bet you Michael Powell ain't going to be too happy about that show. Guarantee you that right now. Anyway, horrible story. Girl raped at Lauderhill School by 2 fourth graders. B.O. says, Tuesday we had a 14-year-old kid killed by another 14-year-old boy, stabbed him in the neck, cut his throat. Now, 2 fourth grade boys were suspended from school after a classmate said she was raped in a bathroom at Royal Palm Elementary in Lauderhill yesterday. The 10-year-old victim was taken to a sexual assault center after the attack was reported. Deputies said they received back positive indications she was raped. The 2 boys, ages 11 and 12, had been turned over to juvenile authorities. Each was charged with sexual battery of a child and lewd and lascivious exhibition. The assaults were reported to police after a girl told a friend who told a teacher, who reported to authorities. Both boys confessed. Fry their ass. Yeah. Turn them over to Broderick Crawford. He'll take care of them. He'll kick their ass, man.
I'll wreck them.
You bet.
Whenever the laws of any state are broken, a duly authorized organization swings into action. It may be called the state police, state troopers, militia, the rangers, or the highway patrol. These are the stories of the men whose training, skill, and courage have enforced and preserved our state law.
All right.
What the hell is that? Oh, we already did Dennis the Menace, right? Dennis the Penis, sorry.
Yo, wait, what's that? I can guess.
Yeah, what could this be? She said she wants to smoke a big fat... Got it?
No.
The M Squad.
Oh, Patty Duke Show.
Come on. Elliot Ness.
Yeah.
Robert Stack.
Ah!
Dick Van Dorn.
He sure put the dick in Dick Van Dyke, I'll tell you that. I had a good line for that, but Michael Powell might be listening. Anyway, this was not too bad. How the hell we got started with Doug McClure in Virginia, right, and I got a bug up on my ass about these themes.
on that drive-in show, and the People Time Forgot was on.
Oh, that's right. See how it all, like a big giant, now we don't have time to do anything else.
Because time forgot us.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's really good news. Good news for us and the bad news for you if you don't make that deal with, if Santino don't make that deal with the old man. At any rate, here's the poll result. What I like most about NeilRogers.com, our fabulous website, 659 votes. So let's see, 659 and 284 is what? 980 something. 43. Not too bad. Not 1,000, but we can't do that every day because finally everybody's seen that booby enough. They got the booby prize and it's starting to sag a little bit. Both the pictures and the stories, 50-50, 178. Listening to the show online, 148. Thank God for them. The polls, 91. Naked pictures, 85. Oh, we want to see it again. News story, 75. I hated it's evil, 28. The archives, 20. The silly noises, 19. And of course, them funny pictures, 15. Mad Dog Jim Mandich coming along next. I'm sure going to be talking at length about that unbelievable Panther overtime win over Phoenix 5-4 last night.
Bye. The Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Big, gigantic, dark ass.
Wreck 'em.